Hello everyone, welcome back to Rob's Gaming Table. I'm Rob.
I'm Mel.
And we're going to be playing some Aventuria, not Adventuria, Aventuria, no D, no D. Aventuria adventure card game published by Ulysses Spiel, if I'm saying that correctly. We played this game before on the channel. We have some playthroughs. They're down in a playlist link down in the video description. So if you're interested in seeing any of the core set stuff, expansions, the Forest of No Return, we played a little bit of that. But we're back. They have a new Kickstarter going right now. There is a link down in the video description to hit up that Kickstarter page if you want more info. But we're going to go over high level, a bit of the content. We're going to be playing through one of the expansions out of the like 68 expansions that are in that Kickstarter. It's like an endless amount. It's crazy. But anyways, I'm just joking. There's not that many. But they're focusing on 2 big box expansions, 4 smaller box hero expansions, and 2 even smaller expansions, and some other goodies. But they were nice enough to send us over all the expansions that are in that Kickstarter for us to look at and play through and whatnot. So we're going to play through some of them. We today are playing through the Treasure Hunter hero set. Mel is also using... so that's the hero I'm playing. I'm playing those hero sets. They come with a hero in them and a little adventure. So we're playing through the Treasure Hunter adventure set. And then there's another hero set that has an alchemist, or is it an alchemist or something? What is it? Yeah, an alchemist, right? And we're playing with that hero out of there. So these are 2 new heroes. We've never played with this stuff. This is our first time getting into the table. But the core set is required, which we played with some of that. So you need some of that to mix in with these little boxes. So we're going to be playing through that today. It's just a small... I don't know how small it is. It's small in size, but we may be here a while playing through this little standalone adventure. But there's a couple big box solo stuff in the Kickstarter, and there's 2 of those solo big boxes. I want to play through one solo this week, so I put a poll up to our Patreon supporters for these 2 boxes. If I can go to that. So right now. I put up the 2 big boxes, Curse of Borbarad and Niam the Caliph's Daughter. Which one you want me to play this week while the Kickstarter is going for these expansions? And as you see right now, it's open until tomorrow. I doubt it'll change. I've already scheduled the stream for Friday. You can see that in the playlist link down below, or head on over to youtube.com/Rob's Gaming Table. You can set a reminder for that stream. It'll be at noon Eastern on Friday. And we'll be cracking it open. We'll be playing through it. We can dig into that one and look in more detail in both of those expansions, but we'll be playing through one of those, and you guys can come play along and help make decisions and that kind of stuff. And we'll have some fun. I don't think the poll is going to change, so I've already scheduled Niam the Caliph's Daughter, but if that changes, we'll play the other one. So if you're a Patreon supporter or producer of this channel and you haven't gone and voted over at the Patreon page, you can go do that. And if you just don't care and you're okay with that, that's most likely what's going to happen. But I will change it if the other one somehow swings back the other way and gets in the lead. All right. Hello, everyone in the chat. Thanks for joining us live. We have Christian Alonsing. I'm probably not saying that right. Who is up well past their bedtime. Who is the author? Author, did it say?
Author, yeah.
The author of the Treasure Hunter adventure. So the adventure we're playing, they're the author. So anything I don't pronounce correctly, we can blame it on them. So that's all. That's how it works. It's not me. It's not me, obviously.
So how many of you are watching are shocked that Rob picked to play the Treasure Hunter?
Yeah. I was going to put up a poll.
How many of you are shocked about this?
Yeah, I was going to put up a poll. Here, hold on.
Everyone that watches knows.
So... here are the hero sets that are in the Kickstarter. Again, the link is in the description. We'll bring up the Kickstarter on the stream in a sec, and we can go through what's happening with it right now from a high-level view. But yeah, so Mel's playing the hero from this little hero set, and I can just open one of these to show you. Actually, let's open one we haven't got the stuff out for. So it just comes with a little book that has a... Oh, is this a real... No, nope. It's broken. Man, it's going to keep doing the wrong thing. All right, I'm going to turn that off. Off or not? Okay, there we go. Yeah, something's wrong with those super chat notifications. They've been spamming us like super chats from weeks ago, and don't stop. Till they fix it, turning it off. But we'll see them in the chat. So if anyone super chats, we'll see it in the chat. We'll call it out. It'll be very obvious. We'll see it on our screen, but it just won't pop up over top of our playing. But they come with these little boxes, or these little books in the box that will explain any kind of rules, and they have their own little story that you can play through out of this little box. You do need the core set to play these, so you need the henchmen and whatnot from the core set, and dials and dice.
Tokens, yeah.
Yeah, it's literally a pack of cards that come with your hero and their little mission. Sometimes they have henchmen included, but sometimes they don't. And you still need to pull from the core set, is my understanding. But yeah, they're just these little hero boxes. They're in the Kickstarter, they're part of it. But Mel is playing the hero from this one, but we're not playing the story from this one. And this one we're not touching today. And there's this one, the Veiled Dancer. This is the one, if anyone was here in a previous live stream, we kind of joked about. We'll talk about more about that one later. And then once the kids are in bed. And then this one is the one we're playing today, the Treasure Hunter. So Mel was just saying, obviously, if I was to pick one to play through today, on a weeknight, we want it to be a shorter one and not play like 3 scenarios back to back kind of idea. So this is just a standalone. So of course, I was drawn to play the Treasure Hunter.
Of course.
So let's see if this Treasure Hunter lives up to my Treasure Hunter fantasies. But yeah, it just comes with a little set, describes on the back. You also need the Aventuria base box for this, but you don't need any other expansions. You can get away with just the base box in this. So if you just bought the base box at retail, you can come in back these little boxes and add some more heroes to your collection and even a little adventure for them to play through. And they come with some reward cards too to mix into your rewards to spice it up, give you some more variability. So these are what we're playing, basically focusing on tonight. But go here. Nope. I forgot to mention, I should have started with this, but for those who don't know what Aventuria is, who didn't see us streaming it a couple months ago, I know it's a game that's not very well known. It's not like, that popular, obviously. There's a lot of people, I get questions all the time, what is this game? I've never heard of it. But it is ranked 2,476 overall out of all games of Board Game Geek, 61 customizable. It is a deck building adventure card game. It comes with pre-built decks, but you can tweak your decks following some rules. And you just go on adventures. It's like, I don't know, it's an adventure card game. The name tells you what it is. The complexity is not that high. It's pretty basic. It feels a little, I don't know. It's like a throwback card game. It's not too crazy complex. A lot of dice rolling, a lot of luck. Feels like kind of like older card games. It's like that, but it's new. Newer. That's best with 4 players here. I've never played it with more than 2, thanks to COVID. But we've played it solo. We've played it 2-player, and it's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun. Yeah. It does have campaigns, and it does have experience point kind of spending. You can earn like points and upgrades as you play each adventure. And it actually has a sheet that you can record your hero's stats on. It comes with a pad of them in the core set. And you can record your hero's stats and upgrades and reward cards they gain after every standalone scenario or campaign adventure you play. And you can like grind them and stuff and like level up a character and grow their deck and add cards. And similar to how we do in Arkham Horror, the card game, where we get like new cards and upgrade our decks and that kind of thing. You can technically in Arkham Horror do the same thing, finish a campaign, take that deck you've made full of good and bad things and take it into another campaign. They don't recommend it, but you can do it. But in this game, it's like recommended. That's how you play the game. So you like will grind adventures and campaigns or replay them. Different things might happen, and you might come back with a better deck later if you're having trouble with a certain adventure or campaign or scenario or whatever. So it's got that aspect to the game too that we won't really be showing here, but it does exist. We have talked about it and gone through it in past live streams if you're curious. So with the Kickstarter, we're going to talk a bit about the Kickstarter here. So if you're looking for it and you type in Aventuria Kickstarter, you may have like 8 other things pop up in Google. There's been a bunch of Kickstarters for this game. There's a ton of expansions. When you see the all-in pledge that includes everything that exists for the game, it's a little scary. But let me refresh, just make sure we have the latest stuff here. Boom. All right. So this Kickstarter, from my understanding, reading it this morning, I know there's lots of questions and comments, and I know the publisher is going to be changing some things, answering some questions, maybe adding some new tiers and that kind of stuff. Because when I first saw it, we were talking in our private producer Discord, and yeah, just the tiers didn't really fit today's standards. They seemed a little high barrier of entry, which might not be good for a game not a lot of people know about, even if it is the like 10th Kickstarter for the game. So they're going to look at this stuff and maybe rejig it, hopefully. Because basically, if you want to get into this right now, it's going to cost you about $96 US, and that's just to get the new expansions that we were just talking about, plus the big box ones. But the problem I have with this is new to Aventuria. So the game is in retail. You can find the game, I'm sure, more if it's not at your local game store. They just had a Kickstarter last September, October, or something for a refined core set kind of thing, like a more updated rules and like, I guess better components and stuff. Is my understanding. At least that's what was explained to me last time we were playing on the stream. But to get into this through this Kickstarter might not be the best way. You might want to go retail route, find the base game. What?
Oh, is it not?
Oh, yeah. All right, we'll hide it there too. Get out of here, broken alerts. Anyways, but in here, my issue with it is if you're new to this game and you're not sure about a game, I'm not sure the best way to jump into a new game before you played it. And it's my personal experience. But you have to spend about $120 US plus shipping just to get into the game. That's kind of false. They're also trying to include a bunch of expansions with that. So if you kind of know you want the game, you played it with a friend, yeah, this is not bad. You'll get into it, you'll get all the older expansions, and you'll kind of be caught up. So it's kind of good for that. So you can find it all in place. You don't have to hunt it down if you know you really like the game. But if you just want to try the game out, it's out there, it's in retail, they had a past Kickstarter. So there are ways to get this core set. It's not a brand new game. I think it's been around since like 2017, 2018. So just throwing it out there. So maybe, I don't know, if you guys are listening or watching at Ulysses Spiel, you might want to add a pledge tier that's maybe
just the core set?
Yeah, or just like a lower barrier of entry, like $120 to jump into a card game that you don't really know you'll like. It's kind of like a weird, like jamming all the expansions with it might scare some people away. That might be like too expensive when you can go, buy a core set for Arkham Horror, the card game, or something, available at retail a lot cheaper. So
yeah, like a core set and one expansion maybe.
Yeah,
or something.
you want to do the whole cell phone thing, right? Like give people a cell phone for cheap, but then you got them hooked for life into a subscription. That's the kind of idea. Get that barrier of entry nice and low, and then you hook them. But that's the only issue I see here, in my opinion. But there are people asking questions in the comments I saw earlier today. I wasn't crazy thinking that, because there are lots of questions, people asking about breaking up the tiers. They don't want all the expansions, that kind of thing. But I'm sure they'll have a pledge manager and that kind of thing. Board game time with the super chat, which we do see, says alert is not broken. Game looks sweet.
Thank you so much.
I wish I could have that pop up on the screen, but I can't right now. It literally goes through like 20 different super chats. We'll just keep repeating over and over again.
Yeah.
It was doing it the other night too, and it still hasn't fixed itself. It was doing it earlier today when I just had the computer on, setting up for the stream.
But thank you so much. We really appreciate that.
Thank you for the support. Board game time. We appreciate it. You guys are funny. And yes, Christian's dropping in the chat from Ulysses Spiel. Good point. If you want to try the game, the basic box is all you need. It comes with 4 heroes, 3 adventures to play, plus a standalone adventure in there too. And it's about $35 we've seen. Yeah, so that's all I was saying. And the Kickstarter's up for 21 days. So it's like if you're not sure, you can go grab the core set, try the game out. If you like it, you can go through the Kickstarter, get some of the expansions, add on certain expansions that you can't find. But in the comments, there's lots of questions about like breaking up tiers and stuff. And I think they might change some things, is at least what I saw. They might add a solo tier.
Yep, I saw that on Facebook.
Yeah, supposedly on Facebook, they said they're going to adjust it, add like a solo tier. So just keep checking back in. It might update, and we'll talk about it more on Friday when we're back streaming again this game, playing it in the daytime, the solo big box expansions. We can talk more about like see what's going on with it and check out the updates and see where it's at. But let's just go over what's in it, really, from a high level. They kind of talk about how the game works, but you'll see that here. It's better that we just play it. Let's see. So this is the expansion right now. It's winning the poll. This is a big box expansion because of the giant mat, tons of cards and stuff. It's mainly focused on solo, in my understanding after reading half of the rules. It seems like it's something you set up on a table, it's huge, and you keep trying again and again at it, kind of going in and grinding it, and it's like a replayable solo, leave it on a table, multiple sessions are needed to actually complete it kind of idea. It looks really neat, but we'll dig into it on Friday, 12 p.m. noon Eastern. We'll be playing this, ripping it open, going through all that's in it, and figuring out, and we can peek at what's in the other one too. So look at this, like it comes with a mat. I wish it was neoprene. But yeah, it comes with a fold-out paper mat that kind of lines up where all your decks are going to go. And the idea is you're like sneaking into like a palace trying to rescue Nadim, I think is how you say it. And you'll be flipping over like random cards, exploring this palace and stuff. So that's all I know so far, but stay tuned. We'll have more on the channel. We'll dig deep into it. We'll play through it, at least one attempt through it, and have some fun. But there's new story cards and things, new art. It's really looks cool. But again, I can't comment. I haven't played any of this stuff yet, but I'm just letting you know what's coming on the channel. Here's the other big box solo expansion, which we can look at, but this is not the one that's winning the poll, so I don't know. It's not as cool, I guess. But it has the same thing, a giant mat, and you're kind of like working your way through different floors of a tower, and you're constantly dying. There's like traps and things and enemies jumping out at you, and you're trying to work your way up each floor. Secret chambers and whatnot. And then, so that's the 2 big box solo expansions. They're focused on solo, but they do have at the end kind of like an add-on variant for multiplayer. So they're not fully solo. Oh, it's Nadine?
Oh.
Thank you, Velco. Nadine. Nadim? Maybe Nadim? Yeah, I know it's not Nadim. I know it doesn't sound right either. But the other thing besides those 2 box expansions that is new are those hero sets that I just showed you. So there's the 4 hero sets, and you can see descriptions a little more on each one. And we're going to see this one in play tonight, the Magical Alchemist. They do have a tabletop simulator demo where you can play this hero right now, a TTS add-on.
Just this one?
Yeah, I think just this one. It's available on the Ulysses Spiel's website. I saw it in like an update when I was looking for information about the game. And we're playing the Treasure Hunter tonight. You'll see him in action. We have the Veiled Dancer. This is the one that I was joking about before, but it's explicitly aimed at adult players. So we may do a Patreon-only stream or something later, something like unlisted or whatever that is not on the channel. We'll see. But yeah, it's all around a belly dancer, and yeah, we'll just move on. Then we have a Servant of the Nameless One hero set. Which,
that one looks cool.
Yeah, but again, we're not going to play this one on the channel, but you can read more about it on here. Maybe some other YouTube channels or something will take a look at that one. And then there's these little boxes. That's kind of neat. So let me go down to the table again. So they have these 2 little boxes. Oops. These 2 little boxes are little card decks. One of them is a team challenge. Up to 20 players can play in this. There's enough cards in here to have, plus the core set. And you need the core set for this one, though, and you need the Ship of Lost Souls expansion. So be careful. If you buy this one, you need 2 other products to play it. But it has a whole team, like up to 20 player mode. I don't know what that's all about, but that's what it is. So if you're looking for more ways to use your cards, that exists. And then there's the Master Tailor's Poltergeists, which is requires the Aventuria base box. This is a beginner adventure with 4 pre-made beginner hero decks. Allows you to introduce the group of up to 4 newcomers to the exciting world of Aventuria, the card game. So how I understand this expansion, what it reminds me of is if you ever gone into your local game store, you know, before COVID and everything, and they had demo tables set up, and they had like a demo scenario for a game to teach you a game, or like a little, like a prototype even for a Kickstarter, just to try the first, like, you know, couple rounds of a game or the first level. That's what this is like. It gives you like starting hands for 4 characters. It gives you cards that actually say they're endurance cards to use as economy. So there's no choosing for the new players. They could get right into playing it without making those decisions of what to put down for experience, because they won't have to know the whole deck. But you do need the core set. This just comes with like the assistant cards. But if you were literally trying to spread the love of this game, and like I have for other LCGs and stuff, I have booked evenings at my local game store. I brought my cards there. I did demos to players to pull them into the hobby, you know, made decks for everybody, demoed the game, taught a bunch of players how to play it. That's what this is, like the tools for that. So I can see this as being very important once the local game stores, you know, open up again and start trying to peddle their wares. This would be a nice thing for kind of like a little organized play kit kind of idea. But you can use it to help you teach players the game, basically. It just helps make it easier to get players in. So it's something you could have this with the core set up on a table and quickly, like, you know, in 20 to 30 minutes have walked them through a few turns of the game so they understand how the game works. So that's what that's for. But we won't be playing that here because we're not beginners. Come on now. Come on now. But yeah, it's kind of neat. But that stuff's add-ons or whatever in the Kickstarter. And that's there. So yeah. Ways? Okay, okay. Any questions or anything? After Dark with Rob Mel? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's what we were just talking about. Daniel saying in the chat, he's like, just getting all the new stuff is around $300 Canadian, not counting shipping. Yeah, so from what I'm reading in the comments, if you go look at the comments of the Kickstarter, a lot of people are saying the prices of the expansions aren't really discounted or anything. This seems like one of those Kickstarters where they didn't like bundle things to give out deals, but I don't know again what the local prices are, where you are and that kind of thing, if it is or not. And that's the issue we were just talking about at the start of the stream, Daniel, is that some of the pledges, even the starting pledge, just seems like really high, kind of forcing you to buy all the expansions at once. But a lot of people are asking those questions in the comments saying, why can't they just pick and choose like just the small boxes, not the big ones, or just the big ones, not the small ones? You know, break it up at what you're interested in. I'm sure there'll be a way through Pledge Manager, or they'll create a pledge tier that'll help you out. They are creating a new pledge tier for solo.
Yeah, I think for the 2 solo boxes.
Yeah, for the 2 solo boxes. So just stay tuned. Like the Kickstarter will update. It's up for 21 days.
Yeah.
Kurt Erickson, thank you for the support. He says, before we begin, Archipelago?
Yeah.
Archipelago?
Yeah. Thanks, Tara, for the help on that one.
Thanks a lot, Kurt.
Thank you so much for the support.
Thank you for the... Oh, I see. Archipelago.
Oh, I thought you were reading that.
No.
Oh, you were looking at just the message?
I was just reading the super chat, just trying to like actually pronounce
how did
it.
we remember?
But I was trying to picture in my head that what we were looking up the other day and trying to remember like how it said it on that website. But yeah, I'm still gonna say it wrong. I hate you, Kurt. I mean, thanks, Kurt, for the support. Thank you so much. You guys are funny. Okay, so we're gonna read some story. We're gonna be reading a while. I have a tea ready for my throat that will get nice and dry. Lots of story text here. Just so you guys know, there will be spoilers. We will be playing through this. We will be reading story. We're gonna see it all in just this one box. So this is what we do here. We do playthroughs. We play through whole things. Spoiler warning. Obviously, you can watch for a little bit and then get out of it if you don't want to see any kind of spoiler stuff. But we will be playing through this little adventure, going all the way through. So yeah, spoiler warning. But we won't be showing anything from the other boxes today. And then on Friday, like I said, we'll be getting into the big box. The big box here. We'll be cracking into one of these. And they're bigger boxes, like the size of the core set box. And for those that are curious too, core set box looks like so. Okay, that's what you need just to start the game. So if you see this at your local retailer or on some online shop, this is all you need to start. Okay, and you need this for like any of these expansions we're talking about today. Anything. You need that core set to start. It's like the base box to get it going. You only need one copy, by the way. One copy. Not like some other card games. Anyways, so yeah, this expansion, they pulled the whole FFG thing with lots of air in the box, by the way, and the FFG style insert. But yeah, so it comes with a big, large mat, which also doubles as a poster, I guess. But we'll be cracking into this one and looking at the other one on Friday. That is huge. So yeah, I'm just want to show you the comparison here. So there's the there's a different in expansion sizes, but yeah, there it is. Okay.
Where did that come from?
Not air, dehydrated water. The good old trench box, yes. And a lack of FFG bags. Correct, Daniel. Correct.
However, you don't really need a bag with this game, so you're okay.
No, but yeah. Okay. So let's get into it. Anything else? Anything else?
So? He says, oh goody, another box to store all my other boxes.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna crack into this guy here. It's called the Pearl Raiders. So we're playing the Pearl Raiders today. I've set up some of it. Normally you don't set up some of this stuff till later. But obviously I'm filming it. I had to kind of know how much table space taken up so I can set up the camera and stuff. So I've got some of it out already, but we'll read through it all and get us all set up. So this is the Pearl Raiders. It's an adventure for Meridiana Bornsky and up to 5 other adventure heroes. So these can play by themselves. These can be solo expansions, but these ones you can play up to 6 player. This game in general, once you get a few expansions, it turns the core set from 4 player max up to 6 player, playing the adventure mode. There is a duel mode for this game where you can play against another player, like 1v1 kind of Magic the Gathering style, or even a team mode, like a 2v2 mode. I've never played any of those modes. Don't care to play any of those modes. I'm all about the co-op adventuring mode for this game. I think most people are the same. That's where the game I feel shines. But reading the rules, it does fully work as a competitive game. You just fight till your life's down. It's very straightforward. But it is cool that the game can be played 2 ways. I really think it's neat. Just so you know. So if you ever hear about this game being like a dueling card game and you're like, wait, is that the same game that says adventure card game on the box? Yes. You can adventure your damage into some other player's face instead of adventuring against henchmen and bosses and things. But yeah, it really shines as an adventure game, I think. So this is the Pearl Raiders. You select your heroes. 1 player must use the Explorer, this guy. And I don't know how to say his name. I'll keep messing it up. Meridiana Ornsky. So I'm just going to be butchering pronunciations all night long, so stick around.
Message from Bob.
Bob with some support here
Thank you,
with
Bob.
the super chat. Since you're taking requests, can you explain?
Oh God.
Holy crap! What is this word? Anti-disestablishmentarianism. Anti-disestablishmentarianism.
Can you explain it though?
No, I can't even say it. Stop messing with me. You guys are hilarious. Thank you for the support, Bob.
Thank you,
I
Bob.
appreciate it. Anything to make me look horrible. I get it. I can Google that for you if you'd like, but not right now. I'm afraid of what that is, but anti-disestablishmentarianism. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, I think is how you really say that. Oh, Dale, the Casual Gamer's here. Hey, Dale.
Dale.
Just saw this game and back to Kickstarter. How much of this are you going to make me buy? No comment. My lawyers told me I'm not responsible if our fun playing this game results in you spending money on another Kickstarter. We can't be held responsible.
Yes, no.
You're all going to need to sign a little form before you leave the stream, by the way, just to make sure, you can't have any of your, others that you're sharing bank accounts with and stuff blaming us for money disappearing out of the account. So yeah, we're not responsible for that. Okay. All right. So let's go. Chapter 1. Al-Anfa. Welcome to Al-Anfa, the Black Pearl of the South. Expedition Diary, Day 1. Today we met with our client, the Grandessa Hussein Ulfhart. He was surprisingly warm and welcoming for the head of one of the 8 influential grand families of Al-Anfa. Still, she's certainly a shrewd businesswoman as well. Also, for those that don't know, this game is like a spin-off game from an RPG series or world called The Dark Eye, which is published in German and I believe in English. It's been around since like the 1980s. So it has a vast, rich world and products still coming out for that RPG. So this card game is like spun on for that world. So if you really want to get into this stuff, there is lore in here, obviously. There's lore in the core set book and that kind of thing. But if you want to really get into it, there is RPG books that you can dive into too and get really into this. The reason she recruited us was a raid that took place 5 days ago on her pearl farm at the Bay of Al-Nafa. During the raid, the unknown perpetrators murdered a half a dozen pearl farmers and escaped with pearls worth the equivalent of several months of production. The theft, however, is not the main reason for our expedition. Rather, it is the strange nature of one of the attackers who was killed by a guard during the raid. Before we went to the mortuary to examine the strange attacker's body, the Grandessa introduced us to one of her exceptionally talented employees who plans to accompany us on our expedition as our contact to the Grandessa and support us with their various talents. Now there's some game text. So what it does story text in like italics, and then eventually goes to like game instruction, then more story, then like game stuff here in boxes and things. And it just kind of gets you set up for the scenario and sets the mood. And kind of add some variability to it with some of the tests they do. So it says, examine the cards with the contacts, and I don't know how to say any of these names, so I'm going to try, and choose one to accompany you for the rest of the adventure. Discard the other 2 contacts. You do not use them in the current adventure. If you play this adventure with only 2 heroes, choose 2 contacts to accompany you. In a solo game with only 1 hero, all 3 contacts accompany you. In either of these cases, more than 1 contact may participate in the research tests, see page 8, which ensures you may always choose from at least 4 heroes to make these rolls. Okay? So because we're playing with less than the 4-ish players that they want you to play this expansion with at least, we get some little buddies to help us through the beginning of the story here. So this is Contact Gascador Baratnus. Okay. I don't know. Again, this is our first playthrough of this, so we may pick the totally wrong ones that aren't great with our heroes. We don't know. But the other one is Contact Umaskua Elvenzifozo. Now, I'm assuming the designers watched me play this game before and they designed these names just to have me read them out on stream. Bob, do you work on this game, or Dan Roberts? Did you guys work on this game? Because it feels like you did. And then this one, Contact Ihi LZ.
Okay, that's easy.
No, that's probably still wrong. But anyways. So these are our contacts that we're going to travel with here. But which 2 should we take? Which 2 should we take? Do you guys want to vote in the chat just literally based on looks here and on art?
Yeah, 1, 2, or 3.
1, 2, or 3. Just drop a number in the chat and we'll go with the majority. The top 2 that win, I guess.
Yep.
You can just go with that. So just literally based on looks. I don't know any better, but we'll see. And if we fail, I can blame it on you guys. That's all. So Mutton Chop says the Dark Eye system is Europe's answer to D&D. They changed the way the damage and die rolls are scored by counting the lowest number instead of the highest rolled number. Except when dealing damage, it's still the highest.
Velko's,
Oh, Velko.
Velko. Sorry.
How about otorthenol? Oh my God, what is this word? Otorthenologology. I think we should do checks. Like, you have to know what the word is before you throw it at me. But I believe you, Velko, you actually know what that word means.
I don't know what that is.
I don't have no idea. But thank you for the support, Velko.
Wow,
we
thank
appreciate
you.
it. Wow. Like a contest. Who can say the craziest word in the chat here?
I like it, though. They've realized what they can do
That's hilarious.
to get to you.
Oh, man. I'm going to be stumbling all night through this book. You guys don't need to throw support to make me stumble on words. Like, we'll be doing it all night through this book. I started reading some of the story just to see, and I saw the names earlier and was like, oh no. But I still decided to play through it because it's the Treasure Hunter one. Okay. I see Dale's got a super chat in there. Thank you for the support. I love your pronunciation. Can you re-say all their names? Hold on, Dale. I just have to go unsubscribe from your channel. 1 second. 1 second.
Oh, no.
Let me just find out where the unsubscribe button is. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, thank you guys. Wow.
just
You guys
kidding.
are so generous.
Thank you, Dale. You're hilarious.
Oh.
So yeah, I'll say their names just for the voting, clearly for that. So we got Contact Gascador Baratnus, Contact Umasqua Elvenzifozo, and Tihi's LZ. Oh. Christian, I'm blaming you for this.
Christian can't tell you if you're on the right track or not.
No, it's all Christian's fault. I'm glad I can blame it on somebody else this time. This is great. Guess the inspiration for that name.
Which one?
Which one? Anyone in the chat guess the inspiration for these names? Dan said, did I hear my name uttered in vain? You earned it.
Is this guy from what's that, like, princess thing?
The Princess Bride? or
No,
whatever?
it's like a Disney princess one.
I don't know. I know this game's
It'll
usually
come
pretty
to me
light.
in a minute.
Yeah, this game's usually pretty lighthearted, tongue-in-cheek and
Gaston
stuff.
from like Sleeping Beauty.
Oh.
Is it that? Maybe that's what I see from this guy.
Is that from Sleeping Beauty, this guy?
What's his name? Gaston or
Gaston?
something? I don't know if that's
I don't know.
even close. So
I'm
that's
not-
just the only thing I can get from any of these.
I'm not a Disney movie guy, but I'll take your word for it.
Gaston. Yes. That's what I was thinking. Thank you. See, Kate was on the same page, so obviously we
All right.
we could see it.
So let's try to get the totals of all these numbers here.
Okay.
I don't think it's 1. I think
No,
1
it's
is
2
the
and 3.
lowest. Yeah, it's 2 and 3.
Because I only see 1.
I see like 3, 4, 4 ones,
Okay.
but lots of 2s and 3s. So Gaston, aka Gascador, your pretty looks could not get you on our adventure. You're out. You've been voted off the island. All right, so you can have that one of this one.
Okay.
Okay. These are our contacts accompanying us on our research test. Expedition Diary, Day 1. Addendum. Later in the day, we visited the mortuary inside Grandessa's estate. Someone had piled blocks of ice next to the body to prevent it from decomposing too quickly in Al Afna's humid climate with ever-present insects. Nevertheless, the body shows signs of severe decay. The type of decay you would only see after many years. In fact, some parts were so heavily decayed that the bones protruded from the carcasses, and some of the damage had clearly happened post-mortem. This was an undead being. The Grandessa's contact confirmed. Indeed, all the attackers were undead. And while the rest escaped with the stolen pearls, a blow to the head took out the specimen in front of us. The head wound revealed an amazing apparatus inside the undead creature's skull, which aroused the Grandessa's interest. Indeed, we could see that the sword stroke shattered a large section in the back of the head, revealing a round box made of shiny metal, also ripped open by the blow. Inside were bundles of thin, iron wires with pearls strung on them. Several dozen pearls worth several hundred ducats. This job promises to be quite interesting indeed. So now we have to do like a little roll check here. This kind of adds like variability to every playthrough. So we're going to roll a d20. So it's telling us some little instructions here of place the Trail of the Pearl Raiders adventure card in the middle of the table and place 4 adventure tokens on it. The card remains in play for the rest of the adventure. Now make a research test on perception. And then it says see the research test box on pages 8 and 9. So we're going to go to page 8 and 9 just to read about what a research test is.
I'm just going to put the 4 tokens on it. Or do you want me to wait?
No, just put it in the middle of the table. That's fine. Then we'll put that on there for now. We'll just follow along with it.
Yep. Okay.
So research tests. During this adventure, you may need to make so-called research tests. This always consists of exactly 3 skill rolls on the skill being tested, which must be made by 3 different heroes. So I guess that's why they gave us these contacts to play with, because obviously you do 3 of them. This gives us 4 to choose from. Okay. The hero's contacts may be made. The hero's contact may make a maximum of 1 of these skill rolls instead of a hero. Use the relevant skill value on the contact's card. In a game of 2 heroes, up to 2 contacts may help during research tests. And in a game with 1 hero, up to 3 may participate. Example. Okay, we won't read that. We're fine. Roll the dice as usual for each skill roll, then apply the result according to the research test table. Afterwards, you must also determine the overall success of the group. So if at least 2 of the skill rolls were successful, the group was thorough in its research, and you may place 1 adventure token on the Trail of the Pearl Raiders card as a reward. If, however, none of the skill rolls were successful, the researchers must spend valuable resources to ensure the search was not for nothing. In this case, you remove 1 token from the Trail of the Pearl Raiders card. If there's at least 1 token remaining on the card, you read and apply the success result of the research test. Okay. If the number of adventure tokens on the Trail of the Pearl Raiders card ever drops to 0, the heroes lost the trail and failed. I think it's over before it even gets started. I could be wrong on that, but the heroes may use their fate tokens. We have 4 of them, 2 per hero. We don't have any yet. They're just sitting in the middle of the table, but you can earn them through these tests and then use them, spend them to re-roll on these, supposedly. The additional positive or negative game effects of successful and unsuccessful skill rolls. So fate received or damage lost do not apply for the contacts. Oh, we also may use the fate to re-roll skill rolls of the contacts. Okay. At least 1 remaining on the card. You read and apply the success result of the test. As long as we have like 1 succeed, we're still okay?
Yes.
No, 2. Two have to succeed. Okay, so out of 3
we do
rolls,
3 rolls. 2 of them have to succeed.
But if and then we gain a token.
Yes.
But if only 1 succeed or 0 succeed, we remove a token.
Yep.
If ever there's none to remove, we fail.
Correct.
No, if it's ever 0 on the card, we fail, it says. Oh, wow. Okay, all right. Interesting. Okay, so the Trail of the Pearl Raiders card says the Pearl Farm of Grandessa Tisane Ulfheart was attacked by strange undead with pearls in their head. Nobody knows where these undead came from or who is commanding them. The number of adventure tokens on this card indicates how close you are to the Pearl Raiders. We're on the chase.
Okay.
We're trying to get clues or something here. We're trying to find them. All right. So we're gonna do a research test. So let's roll some dice.
We just forgot the dice tray. Oh, do you have it there? Sorry. Want these just up?
Yep, wherever. Okay.
Okay.
So we get to
Sorry,
choose.
what test are we doing?
This is perception.
Perception.
So what you do is you look at the skill card. For example, one of our contacts here, we all have the same kind of stats. So even the heroes have like a skill card, and on the back is like their deck building restrictions, which is kind of cool. So you can pull cards from other expansions or other cards that come in your set, and you can tweak their decks, but you have to follow these rules. But on this side, anytime you're doing a skill test, you have to match it to this. And like I said before, normally, we're not doing this today, but you could start a hero document for your hero, and based on how well you do in adventures, you can actually raise these stats.
I think that's very cool.
It's very neat.
Yeah.
So, but right now we're just playing base, so we're not like, we're not kicking butt yet. So my perception on my hero is a 10. The perception on this contact is an 11.
Perception on, are we showing? We can show.
Yeah, go ahead.
Perception on my hero is a 10.
What about our little buddy we brought?
Oh, he's good. Good. His perception is 13.
This guy's head buried in a book. He's
so
all
he
about the perception.
is the best perception. So, but one of us as characters have to do it, right?
Christian says correct. Okay.
We could choose my contact as one of them because he rolls the best. And then
we have 11 here.
yeah. And then we're both 10, right?
And then we're both 10.
So it won't matter. Okay.
I'll do it.
Okay. So I'll go first with my contact.
Sure.
I need to roll a 13 or less.
Yeah, so we're trying to get under the value.
I got a 6. We are good.
And then we'll do Tahi LZ Elise or whatever.
Oh.
A 19. That was almost.
It literally like
almost
did one of these.
Like critical. That's like a 1 on the
Yeah.
D20 here that you're looking for. That's like the best result. But nope, that one failed. Now I'm gonna do it for Meridiana.
Oh, this is a woman.
Is it?
Oh, sorry, that's what Christian says. Okay, sorry. Thank you.
We believe you. All right, and then we'll do it for. We'll just call him Mary for the rest of the playthrough. An 8.
Got it.
Almost a 10.
That was almost.
I rolled to an 8.
So we did get 2.
We got 2.
Yes. So we can remove 1.
No, we add 1. We want
Oh, we want more. Yes,
we
yes,
want
yes.
more on the card.
We add 1. Sorry.
I read a little bit earlier today. I was trying to figure out, like, wait, is it good or bad?
Okay.
Okay, so we want more. So we got 1. Nice. And because we got a success, the metal is extremely rare meteoric iron used to construct magical artifacts. The pearls are white, so they are not from the Grandessa's pearl farm. The wire and pearls inside the metal box form a complicated pattern. The damage makes it impossible to reconstruct the pattern. So if you look on here, you get like different story stuff, but if we got a critical success, we would if the hero, I guess, got a critical success, you get a fate token, but the contacts don't get that. And then if you had like a critical failure, so you rolled like a D20 or a 20 on the D20, sorry, you lose 2 health. And we start with 40 health. So further investigation revealed the undead creature's moldered armor was made of iron leather and decorated with a symbol of, like, guys, I'm not messing with you here. Like this is the kind of word that I gotta try to read here. Zizdisar, the goddess of madness and the founding goddess of the lost city of Elm. She is worshipped by the faceless in Selim. The meteoric iron that makes up the box in the black of the undead creature's head also points to Selim. It is available on the black market there and mostly comes from the Star of Selim, a meteorite that destroyed the ancient city of Elam over 1,000 years ago and left a decaying madness-ridden Selim behind. It looks like our next stop is Selim, a terrible place full of ancient mysteries, one of which appears we are about to uncover. Looks like we're heading to this place.
Oh,
Nice little temple there.
I can't tell if I should be scared or excited.
Oh, we should be scared. And there's stuff about research tests. We can skip that. So chapter 2 on our story. We're at chapter 2 here. We've entered Selim. All things pass away, but little is dead that lies eternally in Selim. Expedition Diary Day 15. We reached Selim today. It's a dying city of rot, illness, and decay. More than 1,000 years ago, a meteor hit the Selim Sound, causing the powerful tidal wave that dealt the death blow to the capital of the Grand Sultanate of Elm. But the paltry remnant that represents Selim today, less than 1/13 of the original city's area, persistently refuses to sink in the floods of the Sinto, instead clinging desperately to an existence ripe with melancholy and madness. Your headquarters are located in the Selim Suites Hotel. This place is a rundown and moldy smelling as the rest of the city, but the Grandessa spared no expense to make your stay here as pleasant as possible. She reserved a complete wing of the hotel just for us and hired a small army of researchers and local experts to lend a hand. Even a cook and cupbearer are part of the contingent. Our client makes no secret that the fact that she has plenty of money at her disposal and does not shy away from using it to improve the expedition's chances of success. Each player receives a fate.
Yeah.
So we'll get a fate. Okay. Representing the superior equipment and the state of the expedition thus far. So we can use these to re-roll those kind of tests that you just saw us do for the research test. But only one die, and then it's spent. While some in our group are trying to sound out the black market for more information about the meteor, the meteoric iron, and the cult of the faceless, our main source of information is the Selim Horus Library, built around 87 BF under Emperor Selim Horus. It contains all preserved knowledge from the destroyed Elam. Unfortunately, the building is dilapidated as the rest of the city. The humid climate and the fact that only 5 scholars and a few bound souls care for the scriptures has contributed to the sad fact that the accumulated knowledge from the time of the fall of Borsparan has become increasingly lost. Nevertheless, the library is currently our only hope of finding a solid clue as to the Pearl Raider's identity. Now we have to make a research test. Knowledge. Okay, let's make a research test on knowledge.
Do we want to do...
I have a 9 here, a 12.
Oh, knowledge is different. I have 12. My contact has 13.
Okay, so you do yours first, and then we'll do my hero, and we'll not do this guy because he's lower.
So I'll go with my contact first of 13. I got 6 again,
okay.
So he's successful. We'll go with my hero of 12. 3
Done.
successful.
And a 5.
Oh, all successful.
All
you should get
3.
a bonus for that.
I don't think that's the case. I think you literally have to roll.
I know.
Critical.
You have to. Yeah, you do.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so I added a token.
Perfect. So success. A transcript Arcane Mysteries by Neobara of Ankopal includes the section about the so-called Astrolotomus, whose appearance and composition correspond to the undead creature you are researching. Take the Arcane Mysteries handout card. Handout cards are cards without rules-based game effects. Instead, they represent documents the heroes are acquiring during the adventure. Okay. So I didn't want to show this before because I wasn't sure what they were. What is it? Arcane Mysteries. Okay, so they have these little like documents here, and we get like a little document that we found.
Oh, you found like a little note.
Yeah, we found a little scroll, a little paper here, and it's like written in like different font. That's cool. Okay. This one says, each of these ships is said to have an Astrolotomus, Star Reader's skull, on board, enabling them to pass safely through the deceptive Sea of Fire, today's Southern Ocean, far from the native shores. A few documents from the time before the fall of Grand Sultan of Elam do not mention these artifacts, but we suspect there is a copy of the Yamashdar Zul describing the ritual required to produce them. Without this transcript, we could not perform more than a superficial examination of the poorly preserved Astrolotomus that we found during the excavations. The base is full of a human skull surrounded by the remnants of an unknown necromantic aura, which is too weak to represent the driving force behind this artifact. The device made of meteoric iron inside the skull is more importance to us. Inside the capsule, we find dozens of pearls. Originally, there are probably several hundreds, each of them enchanting with a variation of animato, silent servant, ad infinitum, ad nauseum. The enchantment matrix is so well preserved that we also suspect the presence of a derivative of the infinitum evermore, which was interwoven with the above mentioned spell. So those who know how to pronounce spells or read better than I do, there's what they're called in the capital letters there. Yeah, it's just something like flavor to kind of fill in the story, get you deep into the lore, which I think is super cool.
Did we get this one based on our success?
Yeah.
Oh, so I wonder you'll get different ones that may affect the story. Okay, cool.
I don't know.
Cool.
I don't know. I don't want to spoil like more than that. So
No,
if
I
people want
know.
to play through it and want to see
No,
other
but
stuff.
I'm curious if it says if you have
No,
this.
no spoilers, man.
Sorry.
Stop. I'm not going to dig all through the options for you.
No.
We can do it after the stream's off.
No, I'm saying going later.
I know. I'm just joking. We'll
Later.
see more maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. Chapter 3, The Faceless. In the Mask of the Mad Goddess, you can recognize every face but your own. Expedition Diary, Day 19. After thorough review of the documents in the Salem Horace Library, we concluded we need access to the legendary Lost Wing in the library. Among other things, is said to hold a copy of Yamash Darzul, a collection of scrolls about blood magic practices originating from contact between the Elamites, the Voodoo, and the sacrificial cults of the Lizardmen. Through our black market contacts, we also able to find more information about the cult of the Faceless. They not only represent the elite regiment of the current King of Kings of Salem, but are also an influential cult that continues the ancient traditions of the defunct Grand Sultanate of Elam. They are also rumored to know an entrance to the Lost Wing of the Salem Horace Library, so we decided to mask ourselves and infiltrate the next cult meeting. The fact that the cult members never remove their scale mask is quite beneficial for us in this regard. Now we have to do a research test on stealth, sneaking into their meeting.
Oh, are we sneaky?
Let's find out. So I got a stealth of 12 and a stealth of 13.
I have a stealth of 10 and a stealth of 9. So your two are going first, and then my 10.
So we'll do the contact here. Stealth of 13.
13 exactly.
Exactly 13.
Yes.
We're good. Then we have Mary here is going for 12 or lower. 16 failed.
16. Okay. I am going for 10 or lower. I got a 9.
Wow.
Okay, we got it. We got 2. So I will add another
Wow.
token. I was lucky. Okay. So far, I think we're doing good.
I think so. I don't know how many tests are going to keep coming, but we're like not even halfway through this book yet. So, yeah. All right. So the success. You successfully impersonate a faceless cultist and learn much about the secrets of this community. Among other things, you catch a glimpse of the ancient ceremonial item, the crown of the Muzzle Queen. The crown looks unadorned and tattered, and you learn that it was once adorned with hundreds of pearls before a wicked thief desecrated it. This theft allegedly took place during the time of the Grand Sultan of Elam. It seems even 1,000 years ago, someone was hunting for pearls. Chapter 4, The Lost Wing. Enough knowledge to drive mere mortals mad, make them doubt their deepest instincts, or literally pull them down into the pits of hell. Expedition Diary, Day 20. We know now that you must dribble 7 drops of your own blood into a black unicorn statue to gain access to the Lost Wing, when the Demon Master Borbarad himself concealed. The Demon Master Borbarad himself concealed? Borbarad. That's the guy in one of the expansions.
Yeah.
Now, that's all connecting itself here.
Yeah.
For someone as well versed in the myths and legends of the Church of Borbarad as myself, it took a great deal of courage to perform this ritual. My ignorant companions had fewer scruples. However, after we entered the Lost Wing, even the bravest among them felt uneasy. It was so quiet that the silence itself felt like a cacophony, and the many books and scrolls seemed as though they were filled with a terrible life of their own, although our eyes and ears perceived nothing. I admonished my companions not to touch anything unless we need to examine it thoroughly, and we cautiously began to work our way through these dense labyrinth of books. Make a research test on willpower.
Okay.
So I got willpower of 8, willpower of 11.
I have 10 and 13.
So 11, 10, and 13. So you just go ahead.
Okay. So we're going with 13 first.
8. Done.
Okay. We're going with 10. 5. Got it.
And what was
Hot
it?
rolls tonight.
Willpower of 11. 12.
But we got two. We got two.
I know.
So we're still
fine.
good. We're still good.
But hopefully, I was hoping to get like a 1 on some of these rolls. Maybe we can get some fate tokens or something.
Adding another one.
Beautiful. Success. You find several codices together. They form a copy of the Yamashadar Zul. Unfortunately, they do not contain a ritual to deal with the Astrolotomus, or any other form of pearl magic. You're ready to give up when you find a loose page with a side note. Finally, a clue. Take the Yamashadar Zul handout card. So another card here, giving us some story stuff to it. So it's just more stuff. It kind of will highlight, I think, in the next page. So I'm just going to skip this one, and we'll keep going so we can get to the actual play a little quicker. Chapter 5, The Hall of Final Secrets. The Elamites are rich in everything glass, gems, and gold, warriors, and sorcery. They are even rich in misery. Those whose slaves live too long are accused of being soft-hearted and timid. Expedition Diary, Day 22. The investigation of the lost wing of the Silam Horus Library left us exhausted and half mad, but it revealed an important clue. The artifact mage, Niam Hassanesz, lived during the golden age of the Grand Sultan of Elam and worked in the Hall of Final Secrets, the Mage Academy of Elam, before the city fell victim to the meteorite impact. There, he developed the Astrolotomus, along with another artifact called the Magnificent Abacus. Unfortunately, his creations did not bring the desired success. He fell victim to a political intrigue, during which all his records were lost. Our only clue is the Hall of Final Secrets, the ruins of which are in the old Elam district. When we set out to go there, we received warnings about ghosts and demons that supposedly walk within the walls of the academy, causing a great many daring explorers to never return. But when we reached the former academy in the light of the humid midday sun, we ran into a completely different problem. The part of the building we were after was mostly covered by water. Make a research test on body control. 13 and 10.
Oh, 9 and 8. So you're 2 and 9.
Okay, so we'll try 13 first.
Yes, that's
got a
good.
1.
And that's...
But he doesn't get the benefit.
Oh, dang it. But that's still good. Still good.
He's
yeah.
an NPC, so
Yep.
he doesn't
Oh,
get.
that was close though.
So
Good.
that would normally be a critical success, so you would take a fate token, but we're okay.
Oh, I forgot
remember-
we can reroll, but
Yeah,
I've been...
We've been okay.
yeah.
But if we do fail, we can reroll if we need to. So Mary here,
What do you need?
I need a 10 or less.
Okay.
8. So we're
We
good.
got
But
it.
you go
Okay,
ahead.
so I am rolling with my contact of 9. 10. Okay, womp womp. But that's okay. We got
We're
2.
fine.
We got 2.
So success on this one. You dive through the flooded corridors of the abandoned academy to enter an air-filled chamber that was only recently uncovered. Whoever looked around here took all the valuables and clues with them. You refuse to give up so easily, and you eventually find the diary of Yazor Hassanesz behind a wooden panel. Take the Hassanesz diary handout card. Another one of these little cards in different font this time. But to describe you some story stuff, we'll leave this to you to check out on your own playthrough, maybe. All right. Chapter 6. Cheriz Synth. Expedition Diary, Day 27. After a meticulous reading of that diary, we now understand the artifact mage's work. He constructed a magical abacus using hundreds of pearls, each imbued with a powerful movement spell and a complex web of wires made from meteoric iron. This abacus no longer required human intervention to work, but instead functioned independently and continuously. The aim was to perfectly predict the Southern Ocean's air and sea currents, thus enabling the Grand Sultan's ships to cross the ocean without danger and without requiring any additional orientation aids. However, since the magnificent abacus was too large and too valuable to take apart in these travels, its knowledge was transferred to the Astrolotomus, which held a similar, albeit smaller, device made of pearls and meteoric iron. The so-called animatio cores. Each Astrolotomus was then brought aboard a ship to support the navigator in his work. Unfortunately, the Sultan's navy underestimated the other dangers of the Southern Ocean, and when a valuable expedition ship was lost, despite having a Astrolotomus on board, Yxor was blamed for it. He had already made many enemies because of his eccentric behavior, and they used his weakness to topple him. This all happened during the final months before the meteorite impact that destroyed Elam and caused the knowledge of Niam Hassanesz and his magnificent abacus to fall into oblivion until today. We unfortunately don't know where Yogg-Saur kept the artifact, but the appearance of the Pearl Raiders suggests it still exists and is being misused by someone for unknown purposes. Our next stop is to Briz Synth, which is mainly inhabited by Achaz, lizardmen. There, we can follow up on hints about obscure variety of crystallomancy, which is also known as crystal magic, that specializes in the magic of pearls. Make a research test on Persuade. I have Persuade of 10 and Persuade of 9.
I have Persuade of 8 and 11.
Uh-oh.
So sorry.
I'll do a 10 with my character.
Okay.
10 or less.
Oh, that's your character. That's good. That's good.
Boom.
That will also get to read something.
Okay. Oh, yeah, we should have read the critical last time, too, because this guy got one, right? I think?
I don't know if it's when they get it, because it...
Oh, okay. Maybe
I think it's only when you get it.
Yeah, maybe we read additional. Like success, you also learn from a street vendor that highly acidic vinegar can dissolve pearls. Coincidentally, he has a vial of such vinegar in stock and offers to sell it to you at a reasonable price. Take one fate token.
Okay. And then...
Oh, we are supposed to read the critical?
Oh, shoot.
So the last one was, like a success, you also find a single pearl with a perfect hole drilled into it. The precision with which its spherical object was pierced makes you shudder. You're clearly dealing with something not of this world.
Cool.
Ooh. Okay, go ahead.
So I'm going with a Persuade of 11. Oh, 16. Okay. We got one already. What are you going with next? I have...
Persuade, I have a 9.
Oh, wait. What was I going with? I was going with 11, yeah. Persuade, I have 8. So you're going to go next? Okay. I was going to say, yeah, you try. We can reroll if needed.
I think so.
20. Oh, we can't.
That's critical failure. This says, out of misunderstood politeness, you feel obliged to participate in a hearty meal of fresh spiders and scorpions. You lose 1d6 worth of damage, but I don't think that hits him because he's a contact. So he doesn't get the bad stuff of it.
Okay. But we didn't get to add one, but I think we're fine.
So take one away.
Always take one
Unless you want to re-roll, but like, I'm fine with that.
No, I'm fine with that. Okay. I'm fine with that. We've got all the other ones.
These are still useful in the combat.
I know. I don't want to waste them.
Get endurance, draw cards, and that kind of stuff. So
yeah.
let's keep them, I think.
Yeah.
Chapter 7, Through the Swamp. Expedition Diary, Day 29. Anyone who is not an Achaz could confidently call the Salem-sounding sound a living hell. Deceptive grass and lichens hide treacherous swamps, and the intense humidity causes our sweat to envelop us like a second skin. The stench is almost unbearable, and swarms of blood-sucking insects accompany every step we take. We are headed to the Achaz village, Alz-Zroddarzox, located far from the city in a lagoon that is difficult to access. The Achaz have dedicated themselves to pearl farming there for many thousands of years. In fact, they had already perfected this cultivation when humans had no other choice than to start diving for wild pearls. They developed a specialization for crystallomancy, which the Elamite artifact mage, Yogg-Saur Hassanesz, probably also used. We decided to take this arduous trip to try to learn more about it. Make a research test on survival. I got 12, 13.
I have 10 and 9.
Okay,
all right.
So we'll start with my hero here for 12. 8, we're good. Tee. 15 fails.
Okay, I'm going with a 10. This is on my hero. Oh, 16. We're going to fail again.
Do you want to reroll?
Not really.
Okay, then. So failure. You managed to survive in this environment. No more and no less.
Okay, that's fine.
Chapter 8, Pearl Magic. Expedition Diary, Day 34. Just before the swamp managed to devour us as a whole, we reached the Achaz village with the unpronounceable name. Thank you. Okay, I'm not the only. Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny. I thought you said that.
I'm not joking. The unpronounceable name, even though it didn't tell me it's unpronounceable, I keep trying to pronounce it. Alz-Zroddarzox. Yeah, however you say that. That's crazy.
That's funny. I thought you were just putting that in
No,
there.
I want to say that every single time. But yeah, we are greeted with great suspicion, but it dispels quickly when I take out the stone seal the Achaz shaman gave me in Kriz-Sinith. The stone begins to glow and speaks a few words in the language of the Achaz before it dissolves. Afterwards, the villagers treat us like we are their best friends. They are willing to share information about pearl farming and pearl magic. What really catches our attention is their story about an attack by the Pearl Raiders just a few days ago. During the attack, the Achaz managed to neutralize one of the attackers without damaging it. Of course, we immediately asked them to take us to the attacker, and as expected, it is one of the strange undead. Unlike the specimen in Al-Hanaf, though, it is almost completely preserved, having been stopped by a magical attack. Because of our good standing with the Achaz, we managed to persuade them to hand the undead over to us. We plan to reactivate its animatio core and secretly follow the undead when it returns to its place of origin. So make a research test on craft.
Craft. Oh.
I have 8 and 9.
I have 14 and 11.
You start off.
So we're going with my hero first. 14. Oh, yes. I got.
That's the amount we can take. So
yeah.
Any more criticals you and I get for successes, unless we spend them back to the pool, we kind of like can't get any. Like you could take one from another player, I think, but yeah, we should probably spend them for rerolls if we
if we need to.
Maybe.
Okay, do you have to read anything now?
This critical set says, like success, you also chat with one of the Achaz about the intricacies of pearl magic and the important role of the so-called luster, as the iridescent shine of a pearl surface is called. Take 1 fate.
Then okay, so now I will craft with my contact of 11. 6. So we got it.
And then I'll roll for, this was craft. Let's roll for the 9 or less. 13 failed. Okay, no problem. But success says your research uncovers the animatio core of this undead is made from crab silver, the meteoric iron of the Star of Salem. Meteorite that destroyed Elam 1,000 years ago. This can only mean that the Astrolotamus was built sometime after the death of Yggdrasil and the fall of the great Sultanate, which is a clear indication that someone out there still knows about this ritual and is not afraid to use it to create these undead. Expedition Diary, Day 34, Addendum. Unfortunately, our visit to the Achaz village ended in catastrophe. Just as we were trying to reactivate the animatio core, the Grandessa's contact made a cowardly surprise attack. Before we could reach, they stabbed one of the Achaz guards in the back and took the animatio core. We were petrified with amazement and horror, so the insidious attacker managed to escape with the core before we could stop them. Of course, we immediately started to pursue them, but this raised suspicions among the Achaz that we had something to do with the murder of one of their own, and the contact managed to escape in the nearby jungle in the resulting commotion. We were forced to flee from the angry Achaz. We ran along the river until we stumbled over a large raft, which luckily allowed us to escape at the last moment. Now we are on our way back to Salem, angry about the betrayal, and full of uncertainty about our own fortunes and that of the entire expedition. Discard your contact cards.
Oh.
There are no additional research tests for the rest of this adventure.
Oh, that was fun.
Chapter 9, Despair. Expedition Diary, Day 41. After a dangerous return journey, we finally researched Salem. The city welcomed us with its omnipresent decay and its pompous, sluggish decadence. It was not a friendly welcome. Our former headquarters were completely empty. Apparently, all the staff left in a hurry a few days ago. All the equipment and clues we collected also disappeared along with our belongings that were not on our persons. They did not even bother to leave us a farewell message. We have no evidence to support our claim, but it is clear that it was clear to all of us that we were sold downriver. The Grandessa never really intended to pay us our share of achievements on the expedition. She wanted all the information about the Pearl Raiders for herself. Her people probably found the magnificent abacus and seized its treasures already. Treasures? The general lethargy in the city, the damp, unhealthy climate, the vermin, and the creeping insanity all do their part to drag me and my companions into a deep maelstrom of despair, from which there is no turning back. This is not just the inglorious end of our expedition, it's our end as well. Salem holds us captive like a spider within its web. If there are 9 or more adventure tokens on the trail of the Pearl Raiders, there's 8.
4, 6, 8. Oh.
At this point, each hero gains a fate as a special award.
Oh, we would have been able to.
We're loaded.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Then reduce the adventure tokens on the card to 8. So we're good.
You don't have to worry.
If there were 4 or fewer, at this point, each hero loses 5 health, then increases this to 5 on the card. So if you did really, really bad, it kind of pulls you up a little bit. But if you did really, really good, it pulls you down a little bit to kind of get you into like a game balance situation.
So we actually did perfect because we couldn't gain any fate tokens and we were already at 8. So we did perfect.
Yeah. So we're crushing this, perfect. Christian. How do you like that? We're just too good. Just kidding. Not too good at reading though. But anyways.
No, you did great.
No, we're not done yet.
Oh.
You think that's the end? You silly. We're like 3/4 of the way through the book now.
Christian does say, I apologize for the length of the narrative section. Kind of got carried away with Indiana Jones 5. The other adventures are much shorter.
I realized that after I picked this one, so I'm a sucker. Christian doesn't know, but I'm a sucker for treasure hunting. And anytime we play Dungeon Crawler, I always love finding treasure and exploring stuff, like in Gloomhaven, Sword and Sorcery, and that kind of stuff. I love finding things. But as we opened the box after Mel chose her character, we were like, okay, we'll play my treasure hunter story. It just makes sense. Then I opened her book, and I'm like, okay, let's look at your character, and let's see if they have any special rules. And then I realized the book is only like 15 pages. But the book for this one, which Kristen's joking about getting carried away, is like 39 pages. So it's like more than twice as long of a story. So if you really like that, you're getting your value here for sure. But some of the other ones aren't as long, which is kind of funny. I realized it after, and I was like, it's all good. It's all good. We're all suckers for
great writing. Yeah, it's definitely good writing.
Yeah, it's cool. It's definitely a cool story. But yeah, for a stream, maybe I should have picked a shorter one to get into the gameplay. But I like showing this because this also is representative of some of the other expansions and the course that we played, which have quite a bit of story to them and some of these choices. This is a little longer than the ones we've seen, but they all have similar stuff where you're reading through a lot of story and making tests and stuff.
Kind of gives the RPG feel too, right?
That's the idea.
So
you can see the RPG roots here for sure.
Yeah.
So Expedition Diary Day 48. We had all but given up and were ready to deliver our damned souls to the rotten loth of Selim, when a redemption came to us at the last moment in the form of a bookmaster, Al-Ulan Al-Azhar, the former blessed one of Hezind and director of the Silam Horus Library, was absent for personal reasons when we first visited the library, but when he returned, his assistant, Arsalarman, told him of our inquiries. And he remembered an entry in the ancient map of Elam describing the location of the so-called Yigzor Pyramid. This lead filled our crushed group with new life. We pulled ourselves together once more, procured a loan to purchase the necessary equipment, and rushed to the location of this pyramid in the middle of the cursed lower city. The sun was already closing in on the horizon, bathing the mists of marsh gas between the decaying ruins of the ominous reddish glow. Still, we did not want to wait another day, so we decided to face the dangers of this cursed district. Indeed, shortly afterwards we found the pyramid, or rather what was left of it. Over the millennia, the building sank down into the swamp, so only the crooked top was visible. Strange figures with hoods pulled up over their sunken faces were guarding the palace, but we immediately recognized what we were dealing with. The Animato Undead. However, they were not just any animated corpses. No, they were the remains of our former colleagues who so shamefully betrayed us. We saw the Grandessa's contact among the ragged figures. Someone had bashed in their head and inserted an animatio core. Lifeless and yet full of unnatural life, the betrayed traitors stood there, gazing dully into the distance. Carefully, we snuck around the pyramid's guardians. Each hero makes a stealth roll. This is not a research test. All heroes must make the roll as usual.
Okay.
So stealth roll, I'm testing against 12. 2.
I am testing against 10. Ooh.
So I'll read my success I got. The entrance to the pyramid is so well lit, it should be impossible to escape the attention of the Animatio Undead. Still, they do not notice you. Something is not right. Take a fate, which we already have enough fate. We're good. You failed. You are as skilled and silent as a cat.
Oh, I hate cats. That's all it said?
Yep.
Oh, okay. I thought it was going to be bad. I debated re-rolling on it, but okay.
No,
I'm glad I did it.
I'm not going to tell you what it does. So
for
in
sure.
case you do. But sometimes they hurt you, like failures sometimes hurt you or don't give you bonuses, but sometimes critical failures like can damage you. Or
I thought it might have made me lose some health.
Sometimes they make you lose cards. Like you start the game with less cards I've seen and things like that. Sometimes they can really hurt you. After bypassing the undead guards, we lit our torches and carefully descended into the pyramid. The first thing we noticed were the strange hieroglyphics on the walls. These symbols bore no resemblance to any writing we'd ever seen. They seemed to be nothing more than complex arrangements of zeros and ones. So they're writing in binary?
Mm-hmm.
Even our expert found them completely strange and incoherent. However, between the hieroglyphics, we also found schematic pictograms carved into the stone with great precision. Without a doubt, these drawings describe the pyramid's history. The first picture showed a human mage, possibly Niam Hassanesz, placing an abacus in the middle of the pyramid. Everything was plain and simple in this picture. The next picture showed a larger, more complex abacus and a group of heads. Astrolotomus? Connected by a strange valve. A symbol of a shining sun and friendly, smiling figures around the pyramid seemed to indicate that these were happy events. The third picture showed the meteorite impact and the flooding. The abacus was enclosed in the pyramid, protected from the destruction but left to its own devices, while everything outside faded away. The fourth picture showed long threads penetrating the pyramid. We suspected they represented water that trickled into the abacus over many centuries and caused the meteoric iron to rust. The fifth picture showed a group of stocky, angular figures, gins of ore, protecting the abacus from further water destruction and continuing to expand it. Pictures also shows a crate full of spheres and rods, possibly a reserve of pearls and meteoric iron Zor had stored in the pyramid. In the sixth picture, the reserves are gone and the abacus is much larger in all previous pictures. Additionally, there is now a face visible inside of it. The heads to which it is connected are now also connected to their own humanoid bodies, and they leave the pyramid to bring more spheres and rods. The seventh picture shows another shining sun symbol, indicating a new era of happiness dawned. The abacus is now as large as the pyramid itself, and the face at its center smiles wisely. Along the pyramid are many human figures who sink to their knees and worship the abacus in the pyramid. Each hero makes a knowledge roll. Mine is 12. 8. We're good.
Mine is also 12.
So I'll read my success.
Oh, I got it.
You read yours. Okay, so success is you get the feeling you are about to uncover something big here. Instead of dealing with a necromancer who took possession of the abacus itself has awakened to an unholy life. You start the next combat with one additional hand card. Draw one card from your deck and place it face down in front of you so you do not forget.
I got to shuffle.
Yeah, same.
Sorry.
I'll just do a little bit of shuffling. Yeah, where is Kanji? This is definitely, he loves the story stuff and the lore, and this game's like dripping with that. Like, quite a strange world, for sure. Every time we play a story of this on the channel, we go through one of these adventures or standalone scenarios, the stories like always makes me like very curious. And then we got the rules for the newest core set that was in the last Kickstarter, and they definitely added more lore in there, explaining the background, the Dark Eye, and the world. It has maps and everything. So, yeah, if you own the original first print of the game, email, I think it's like feedback at Ulysses something International. You can find it on BGG, where you can get the latest adventure book that has all the lore in it, which is really cool. It definitely didn't have that much of it in the rule book that I have, but yeah. Okay, so we get an extra card to draw. Okay. While we were still discussing the images and their possible meaning, we were suddenly surrounded by animatio undead and rudely pushed toward the center of the pyramid. There we saw a magnificent abacus in its true form for the first time. The wondrous machine was several stories high and consisted of countless interwoven meteoric iron threads on which countless pearls moved back and forth at breakneck speeds. The air was filled with a constant commotion of clattering and clacking. Then the astrolotomus spoke to us. Only then did we notice the fixture in the middle of the room on which several heads were lined up like organ pipes. There were 7 heads in total, and they spoke to us in a sort of sing-song way, with perfectly chosen words full of precision and beauty. Horrified and fascinated, we had no choice but to listen. The magnificent abacus informed us that it had reached a level of intelligence and wisdom only ancient dragons and immortals could equal. Further, with each additional expansion it made to itself, its wisdom would continue to grow until it could finally surpass the gods themselves and solve the last mysteries of the cosmos. The abacus then invited us to become its servants, so we could be among the first to see its perfect splendor and divinity as it restored the great sultanate of Elam to its former glory and eventually ruled the entire cosmos as a living god. Its words were bright and clear as a bell and sounded wonderful, yet they spoke of subjugation and death. They stirred something somewhere deep within us, all that Aventurian heroes have in common. Resistance! Assemble! all Pearl Raiders cards, including the time. So we're getting into combat setup now. Finally, we made it to the setup of the actual game. We're going to now play with the cards that we've been seeing on the table. We finally get to use them. All right. So what we're going to do is assemble all the cards. So that's all these ones labeled Pearl Raiders. So that'll tell you that they belong with a certain scenario. And you guys, if you've watched before on the channel, you've seen they all kind of symbol. They have adventure, you know, and they'll tell you what set they're from. You don't mix them up. So it says the time scale. So what we're going to do, the time scale, we're going to play on easy, because we haven't played this in a couple months. We're going to play on easy, and we're playing with basic heroes, no upgrade cards, no rewards, no bumped up skills or stats or anything. So we're going to start with 8 time tokens on this card. And at the end of every round, after the heroes have gone and the enemies have gone, we remove a token. And if we're down to certain numbers, so once we're down to 5 tokens left, you have to like trigger an effect, and then 4 tokens, then 2 tokens, then 0. And once you're down to 0, every round we're going to have to be firing off this one, which is draw. And we're playing with 2 heroes, so draw 2 henchmen and place them to the right of the row of villains. And you'll keep doing that round after round. So we'll just be like overwhelmed at that point, and it might be trouble. So we kind of have to race against time in this because it kind of gets worse. So we just got to pay attention to that. So at 5, we're going to draw 2 henchmen and place them to the right of the row of villains. At 4, the magnificent abacus leader guy there performs 2 extra activations. And then at 2, we draw 2 henchmen, place them right of the row, and then the last one. Okay, so it's gonna be hard, but could be easy. If you can lay them out from the bottom of the card, actually, so as you remove them from the top, we can see the effects. So just put like 3 across, then 3 across, starting from the bottom. 2 there, yep. Because we don't. Once we pull those away, we'll definitely be down to enough.
Okay.
Just so people can see how many are left. Get an idea. And then Jim, if he's here, can yell at us for forgetting to remove them. Yeah. Because I will, and you will too. It's just a thing.
Yeah, but I'll try.
So then we need our environment hieroglyphics. So hieroglyphics says at the end of the round, before the opponent's turn. Oh, so this is before the opponents go. We do the end of round thing, right?
No.
Before the opponent's turn. Yeah, end of turn. I think it's supposed to say end of turn.
Oh, not end of round?
Yeah.
Okay.
End of round, I believe, is after the enemies go.
Okay.
So I believe this is supposed to say end of turn. No, but then that would be each player's turn, right? I have this wrong. But either way, we'll do it before the enemies attack. I could be wrong. I just forget the terminology. I thought end of round was after the enemies went.
It's hieroglyphics, then opponents, then end of round effects. Okay, that's from Christian.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's like obvious, but yeah, I was just making sure. Technology right.
Joyce, also, I will get Rob to look at your question once he's done. We're done setting up. It's just a question on should they get this now or in the Kickstarter?
What now?
This game.
Like just the base set, you mean, or like that's kind
of?
Well,
I think there was no. There was more, but it went.
Let
you
me
probably
scroll.
won't even be able to find it because it was like before you even started reading.
Joyce.
No, I know, but I didn't want to interrupt. So then that was just.
I see Joyce saying here, would you recommend getting this now or on Kickstarter?
Yeah, I think there was a longer message before, but I don't know how long ago
we can find it.
One of them is highlighted.
Sorry, Joyce.
Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt you when you were
every time I look
up
kind of scanned, I saw everyone kind of talking amongst each other, so I was just like, okay,
keep going. You'll see because it's highlighted one.
Okay, so Joyce says, hi, Rob. Would you recommend getting this game on Kickstarter now? I'm interested in the gameplay, but the prices make me think twice for now. So we talked about this at the beginning of the stream. Mel actually saw in a solo board gaming group, there is discussion that they're going to add some additional tiers, or at least another tier for solo gamers. I don't know if they're going to add tiers to kind of break things up or add kind of discounts for newer players. They do have a newer player tier, but I was complaining that I think it's not a great way for newer players to enter the game, because they're also trying to sell you like 5 other expansions with it. And I've always preached that if you want to try a game, start with the base game first. Don't buy expansions for games you've never played or you don't know you'll like, right? This doesn't make sense. So you can get this game at retail. This game's been out since like 2018. They just had a Kickstarter for a new 2nd edition kind of the base set. It just cleans up some rules in the book, adds some lore. You know, adds a few different components, I think, but it's still the same game. But you might be able to find copies through retail still of the first game that came out in 2018. And that core set, which that's what we're playing with today. We're playing with the original core set that you need to have for the expansions, or you can have the second edition core set. Both work, both are the same, you're fine. But you can easily just buy the base game. Christian from Ulysses Spiel in the chat was saying it, you can find it for around like $35 US-ish. Just the base game to try it. The Kickstarter is going on for 21 days. There'll be changes during it. So you can always check back in. But the Kickstarter is really focused on expansions. This Kickstarter seems like it's really focused at the player who already has played this game, who's been playing it for a couple years, who just got into it in the last Kickstarter, and you want more. So it's just more expansions. It does have a welcome, you know, new to Aventuria tier, but I don't really think that's like the best way to get players into the game. They should have had a tier that maybe just includes the core set and maybe like a, you know, a small expansion or like, you know, something like that, or gives them a deal on the core set to kind of get people into it. But again, you have the advantage. This isn't the first Kickstarter of Aventuria, so there's nothing stopping you from going and playing it, getting a copy of the base game, trying it, and seeing if you really do like it. There's also a tabletop simulator official add-on or whatever that you can find on Ulysses Spiel's website. I think the link for it is on the Kickstarter. And you can go try one of the heroes that Mel is playing with. You can try it on Tabletop Simulator too, to see if you even like the game. So you can find the rules PDF, you can read it, play on Tabletop Simulator, try it out. And if you're really having fun, or watch playthroughs or reviews or whatever you want to do. But that's what I personally, being honest, would recommend with any game. I am the same stance usually with all games. Unless you've already played like a friend's copy or know you love that type of game, or you really love that publisher's type of games or something, you can always usually just play a core set first. But if once you do and you want more of it, you can find it all in the Kickstarter. They have like every expansion is available. There's add-ons, there's new expansions, old expansions, all of it's there. So yeah, that's what I would recommend. But it's up to you. If you have the money and you're cool and you want to just buy it all and you know you're gonna like it, that you can do that too. It's all in the Kickstarter. So yeah. And the chat might have answers for you too. So don't just take our opinion. There's some hardcore gamers in the chat that can definitely, who have played the game or know the game or don't know the game or have other experience than we do, and you know, maybe have different takes on it. So feel free to just chat in the chat, and there's some very helpful people that will give you their opinions too, which yeah. But this is a good feel for how the game works. Like this scenario so far feels very similar to the kind of adventures and stuff we played before in this game. So it's not like we're playing anything crazy and out there today. What I'm going to be playing on Friday looks like completely different than anything I've played in this game. So I'm kind of excited to try that out.
Christian also says the full basic game is available on Tabletop
Oh, there you
Simulator,
go.
and it's free.
There you go.
Well.
Okay, perfect.
Tabletop Simulator isn't free though, but the game itself is. So that's awesome. So you could try the game as well as this one character and see if you like it.
So there you go. So you can try that. So again, the Kickstarter is going on for like 21 days. So you have time.
Yep.
Go play it on Tabletop Simulator. Try it out. You know, or get the core set if it's at your local retailer. You want to support your store. You can grab it there, try it out, play it a bit. Come back in a week or so, and you know, then decide if you want to kickstart anything. That's the best way I would say to do it. You have the advantage. This is not like a brand new game no one's ever seen before, and it's not just an idea. These are like the stuff we're even playing with is pretty like it's final product. It's like retail stuff we're playing with. So like it's an existing game that you have the advantage of the information's out there. There's lots of people who played it on Board Game Geek. You can ask opinions in there, read people's reviews on Board Game Geek, watch playthroughs, all that stuff. There's no shortage of information out there for it. And it also usually gets published in Germany, is my understanding, before it gets translated to English. So the Kickstarter for this stuff, I'm assuming, was in German like last year. And then they made those products, and then now it's the translation of that. So if you can read German, you could probably find lots of people who've already played this stuff in Germany, I assume, that it's been out there already, but I could be wrong. But that's my assumption based on some like light research I was doing. Yeah. Don't go to Dale's videos, watch how he buys Kickstarters. There's lots of different ways people approach it. Everyone has different financial backgrounds, different ways they approach hobbies in general, or their hobby dollars and that kind of stuff. And I appreciate that everyone has different ways of doing it. So that's just my opinion. But again, I do things a little different sometimes than others. But Dale will just, if it's got cowboy miniatures, he's in.
I think zombies might be in too.
Oh, zombies too.
Zombies
Yeah,
as
yeah.
well, right?
Which-
Zombies and cowboys, he's really in.
Which we're about to play with some undeads, it sounds like. So sorry, Dale, but you're gonna have to get your credit card out. All right. Just kidding.
Brian,
All
are
right.
you talking German in the chat here? That's awesome.
So Brian, I can't say the last name. Brian S in the chat. He's gonna, if you just send him a link to any kind of German stuff about the game, he's gonna translate it for you and send it back to you.
You're offering his services?
That's what I think he says there in German. I'll find out all the reviews for you need. I think that's what that says. Wait, there are miniatures in this game? No, there's no miniatures in the game, Dale. This is a straight up card game. Get out of here with your plastic obsession. This is all cardboard here. The only plastic you'll find are the sleeves we put on our cards. All right. So that's the hieroglyphics. We read that one, right? Where was I? Right here.
Yep.
Hieroglyphics. We're reading this one. At the end of the round, before the opponent's turn, check to see whether all henchmen in play are wounded. If they are, you have distracted them enough to calmly read a section of the hieroglyphics on the pyramid walls. So roll a d20. If the roll is less than or equal to 2 times the number of the adventure tokens on the Trail of the Pearl Raiders card, you may remove 1 Doom token from the Magnificent Abacus opponent card. You may spend Fate to repeat the die roll. So I'm assuming that means like not re-roll the die, but to like do it again and again, right? So you can do another test to remove another token in the same end of round. I guess, Christian, do you know? It says you can repeat, so you get to do this all over again. So if you succeed, you can do it again by spending a Fate and try again, right? And do another token.
That is the way I read it as well.
Yeah, that's what I read too. After this die roll, whether successful or not, each henchman heals 2 health. Afterward, the opponents take their turn as usual. Current German Aventuria crowdfunding project is finished. That one is about expanded campaign rules and loads of additional adventures. Oh man.
Cool.
So that's probably going to come to English soon in the next Kickstarter, right?
Cool.
Like even more stuff. Okay. Then it also says the environment Animatio Undead. Well, here's another environment card. So the Magnificent Abacus's henchmen are corpses with Animatio, I know I'm not saying that right probably, cores implanted in their battered skulls, condemning them to an apathetic undead existence. During combat, all henchmen count as undead, even those without this keyword on their card. Henchmen that roll a flight or crumbles action result, count them as nothing instead, so they won't run away.
That's cool.
They're just mindless undead trying to kill us.
Okay.
They don't get scared. Then we have a hero action called Gins of Ore. So this is an action we can choose to do. It looks like once per round. So you try to convince the Gins of Ore of the Magnificent Abacuses to succumb to the demonic influences of the Crab Silver. Whether this is really true or not, you don't know, but it doesn't matter as long as the Gins believe you. So each hero, max 1 times per round, you can spend an endurance, do a persuade roll with a penalty equal to the number of Doom tokens on the Magnificent Abacus's opponent card. Place this card, if you succeed at this, place this card next to the Magnificent Abacus. Its repair result now counts as nothing. Okay. And then we have the Magnificent Abacus. So this is the leader card you're fighting against. It's a supernatural leader. At the start of combat, place 5 Doom tokens on this card. As long as there are Doom tokens on this card, the Abacus's last, basically his health cannot drop below 1. So you can't kill him. So we got to use the hieroglyphics, right? So we got to damage all the henchmen.
Yep.
Then before they go, we check to see if they're all wounded. If they are, we roll a d20 equal to 2 times this, which is 16.
Yep.
So as long as we get 16 or less on a roll, we can remove a Doom token off this guy. So we keep trying that, and we can spend Fate to do it again.
No, sorry, Christian.
Oh,
Christian
no?
says the hieroglyphics roll is max. Once per turn successful, but if unsuccessful, you may re-roll.
Oh, it's just a reroll.
Okay.
Okay. It's a reroll. Okay, cool. So even if we're very successful, 5 rounds this guy takes before we can kill him, basically, before we remove tokens.
And that's
only if we have damage on all the henchmen.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say.
And we know they heal. This is crazy.
Yeah.
Thank you, Christian, for
Yeah,
that.
thank you.
So As you see here, the enemy AI, you basically just simply roll a d20. And based on the result, it will do a certain attack or ability. So we're able to, we possibly could stop this repair from happening, which would heal itself if it's not wounded, and instead heals each henchman 1. Okay, and this guy will have his amount of activations equal to the heroes in the party, so there's 2. So every time the enemies go, he'll attack twice. He has 2 armor, which gets subtracted from any attacks we hit him with. And he has a total of 14 health. It's heroes times 7. So that's the leader in this case. The Magnificent Abacus. This we're actually going to put on. This is going to go here. Okay.
This will just put above because we might need to bring that closer.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah. So 14 damage for the leader. Let's see. Henchman. Compile a deck of henchman cards of your choice with the keywords bandit, thug, or undead, which I did ahead of time. They're all in the core set. So you just look through all the enemies you have. So even if you have expansions, you're going to look through the enemies and find all the ones with undead, bandit, or thug. So I did that. Then we shuffle them all up. That's what we're going to be playing. Oh, and it said also only ones that are 5 threat points or less, which I did. During the combat, all henchmen count as undead, even those with this keyword without the keyword on their cards. Henchmen with a flight or crumbles entry treat as nothing, and the Animatio undead look a lot like the Leatherman from the Aventuria Curse of the Borobad, which I have not opened the cards in there, so we could use henchmen from that, but we're not going to. Threat value. So the threat value we're going to start setup with is heroes times 4. That's 8. We're literally going to start flipping guys off the deck until we have a total of threat points. So in the top right of a henchman card, you see their threat point value. So we keep flipping henchmen until we have equal to or greater than our starting threat points we're required to set up.
This bandit has 14 health. That's the same as a boss.
Yeah. Yes, yeah.
Whoa.
But remember, the boss doesn't really matter his health. You just can't.
I know.
You can't fully defeat him until you get those tokens off. So
I know.
It doesn't matter if he was 2 health. It's like still trouble.
But I'm just saying 14 is a lot.
Yeah. I don't remember though.
Yeah, because I thought those like wolves and stuff that we were fighting last time, they were like 5 or 6.
And again, we haven't played this in months. I don't remember. And I just try not to look at any stuff because I want to kind of play this like kind of blind just to see. So I didn't even read the cards. I just literally looked at the traits and just threw them in the deck real quick. And the trait points or threat points. So 1 to 5, this guy will do thievery. Place one of a random's hero's permanent cards, hero's choice, under the henchman. If the henchman dies, return the card to the hero's hand. So he steals cards from you.
Oh, wow.
6 to 10, attack. Starting hero suffers 1d6 plus 2 damage. 11 to 15, attack. The hero with the most damage suffers a d6 plus 2 damage. And 16 to 20, we ignore the flight because this guy's undead now, right? That just does nothing. And this guy also has this ability. So when we get down to 3 time tokens on this card here, he also has an effect if he's in play or she's in play. Remove all cards. Remove all cards under this card, so you'll lose whatever it's stolen. So that's very thematic. I like that. So the next one.
I'll put all the tokens on.
And it's a 5. So we technically have 9 threat points, so you just stop after this guy. So it's an Orc Highwayman, Orc Bandit, 15 health, 3 armor, activates once. This guy has 1 armor, activates once.
Okay.
1 to 4 attack. Starting hero suffers a d6 plus 4 damage. 5 to 12. A hero chosen by the group suffers a d6 plus 2. And 13 to 18, nothing, shouts an curse, and then a flight, we know it just does nothing because he's an undead Orc Highwayman.
Wow, okay, I'll start putting some health on these guys.
So that's our henchmen, and we just kind of keep filling them out to the right as they go.
I'll put the health again above in case we need to pull the card up close again.
Let's move up just a little bit higher, just in case we need to do a next row. It gets out of control like that. Okay. And then it says defeat. So there's a defeat clause here. If I can get it to focus. So if Mary is defeated, you immediately lose the adventure. So again, remember, he's the hero this whole adventure is based around. And he was the one writing the story, I think, that you read from his point of view, or his journal or whatever. Victory, you must defeat the Magnificent Abacus to win the combat. And then there's some after win and defeat stuff that we'll read after that. So just that stuff off to the side. Okay. So we draw 5 cards. We get an extra one.
Yep.
And then you can mulligan. And again, we haven't played with these decks. I kind of looked through them and read some of the cards. Some of them are from we've seen from other sets. But some of them I think are new. I don't know. Like I haven't seen all these cards before, but we don't own all the expansions. We haven't played with all the expansions. So I don't know if some of these cards have been seen before. So I have a card here that's like I can raise my hero's dodge value, which is kind of cool. Add 2 to your hero's dodge value, but costs 3. I think I need to find. So I got some boots and some a leather jacket, which are armor that can help prevent damage against me. So I feel like I want to keep those. And I found a machete. All right, at least in one game I can find machetes in my draw hand.
Yeah, I found a weapon as well.
So this I could spend an endurance plus exhaust the card to attack +1. So it's like an attack test, but I get +1 to my my test, so it makes it easier to do. Which I have an 11, so that makes it 12. Do a d6 plus 3 damage. And it says increase the prevention of. I don't know what type of armor those are, but it's not green. Oh, the enemy's armor. Oh, I guess that would be in multiplayer, because I don't think the enemies have armor like that. Oh, it says in adventure, sorry. In adventure mode, against opponents with an armor of 2 or higher, the machete causes only a d6 plus 2 damage instead of 3. Every time an environment effect causes you to lose health, the number of health lost is reduced by 1. Environment effect. So this and this. Only this one really does. No, they don't. Okay. Sure. I don't know. I'll keep those.
Yeah, I have 2 weapons, so I'm debating potentially keeping both of these weapons. I don't know.
I don't know either, but we're just going to try.
I think I can maybe... I mean, this probably looks pretty good too, doesn't it? Opponent loses 7 health. This does not count as an attack.
I think I'm just going to keep it all, because I think I'll just the couple cards I don't really care about, I'm just going to play them as endurance. I think I'm just going to put this one back, because I don't want to, I can't really afford that right now, and I'll just draw our placement. Okay, I got a free card. Nice, and then we shuffle those back in. And if you guys watched me play Aventuria before, same thing happens. You play with a new hero, it's like, it's you got to play a couple times with the hero to learn the deck, but then once you start tweaking the deck and adding new cards and stuff, you get like really attached to the hero's deck, and it's really fun to try to like mulligan for what you want, and you know what you're looking for in your deck.
It's 3.
They are 30 card decks in this game.
All right, I'm gonna keep the 2. We're gonna mulligan these 4. Do I shuffle and then draw, or I draw and then shuffle? I draw 4, right? 1.
Yeah, you just draw and then you shuffle anything back you didn't take into your deck.
Okay, okay.
And we start with 40 health. We don't have dials for these characters that we're playing with. They just came in little hero sets, and they don't have dials. They actually have cards like this. But if any of you know me, and I know it's like a thing on the internet that like I read, a lot of people don't like these cards. I remember them from like Hero Realms and Star Realms and stuff. I just threw them all in the garbage for those games and just bought other dials. They do sell generic dials or like an add-on in the I wish they just included generic dials in the base set, but this game has dials for like every character that has like their art on it, which is a little weird that they keep having to reprint dials. And they even have, for those who don't like the cards, they even started selling expansions that include the dials that are for other characters. This is the Wheel of Life expansion, but it doesn't have dials for the characters we have in these hero sets. I assume that's an expansion that will come later with like the next wave of heroes. Oh, but there is a generic one here, I think. I don't know if there's 2.
Well, I guess you would technically need 4, right? If
Yeah, that's the
thing.
I mean, like, or up to 6. The game goes up to 6 players, but
yeah,
it has dials for like a bunch of characters that are in the other expansions. So if you have a bunch of cards, and you rather have the dials, they exist. But again, in the Kickstarter, I saw there's like generic dials, which I think are a lot better, and I think they're even acrylic. Maybe they're on the website. I saw them before.
Just gonna look at my.
Yeah, right here. Yeah, you go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, right here in the Kickstarter, acrylic life wheels ×2. Yeah, I'd way rather have these and just use them anytime I'm playing. Like you could buy a set, 3 sets of these and be covered for up to 6 players, and you don't need to chase down expansions of all different dials and things. Or you can just use any generic dial. You just need to kind of go up to like 40 health, I think. I don't know if it can go higher, but that's all you need to worry about. But yeah, they do exist expansions to get more wheels if you don't have any in your set. Because I think the refined core set that they changed comes with the cards instead of the dials, which kind of like had some backlash. I guess that's why they have expansions.
Now scroll down to that all in.
I don't know what you're talking about, Dale.
We didn't select first player. I don't know when we were supposed to do that. Sorry if we were already or starting hero. Were we already supposed to do that?
What, sorry?
We didn't select a starting hero. Were we already supposed to do that?
Yeah, we can.
How
Let's just roll
my hand
odds
is.
and evens. Your odds, I'm even.
Yep.
12.
You are
So
starting hero.
I'm first player. The active player. I'll take this little token and we'll pass it at the end of the round. So now we resolve at the start of turn effects. We draw 2 cards. This is simultaneous. You draw 2 more cards. You ready up any exhausted cards, and then now you decide. So this is kind of cool. This is how the economy in the game works.
How expensive my hand is.
Well, let's just dump some of those down as endurance cards.
Jeez.
So now after drawing 2 cards, every round you have the opportunity, if you have cards in hand, which you should have because you just draw 2 cards unless your deck is empty. You do not shuffle your discard pile back into your deck in this game. Once your deck is empty, you play with what you have left and try to beat it. And if you're running out of cards and can't do it, too bad. But in this one, you draw 2 cards. Now you have the opportunity every round to put down up to 2. You can put down 0 if you want. Up to 2 cards face down as endurance cards that you can exhaust and spend them to pay for other cards. That's what the cost in the top corner is. So in this game, it's got this cool decision point of basically putting a card as endurance. And in most cases, like 99% of the time, that card stays face down as economy for the rest of the game. Sometimes the opponents will knock them back to your hand. Sometimes they'll make you discard them. And sometimes you have effects to get cards out of your discard pile and that kind of stuff. So that's one way you might be able to see it, depending on the hero or the scenario. But most cases, you're looking at cards in your deck, and you probably like all the cards in your deck. But sometimes you just gotta make the hard choice of saying, I have to play this game without this card, and I want to use it as economy instead. Oh yeah, another thing with my hero I need to read here. So my hero has a little special thing for him. He's a Festumian Explorer. So you make a pile of 5 reward cards with his face on them. This is his discovery pile. After you play a talent card with his little shorthand symbol on it, you may discard 1 fate to draw a random card from the discovery pile. During an adventure at the end of combat phase, so when you're completely done with the combat, the explorer's hero deck and the discovery pile are returned to the original state. So that's his theme as a little treasure hunter guy. He has this little deck of reward cards that have his face on them, and they're like he can just kind of hunt for treasure or get treasure as he plays. So I'll shuffle this as like his little side deck of treasure that I can get cards from. Very strange, but very neat, I guess. I don't know.
That's the only way they can make it add treasure, I guess.
I don't know.
It works.
It's like during the scenario, it's only temporary. It's weird. I don't have any talent cards in hand, so we're not going to see it. But after I play them, I can discard a fate to draw 1 from here and get a card. But yeah, I just saw that I have this card here. Play this card at the start of your action phase. The next talent or advantage you play during this turn costs you 2 less. Playing weapons and armor during this turn costs you an additional 1. I don't know. Might be good later. Put this one down as endurance. Put this one down as endurance. So I have two endurance cards.
I also put 2 endurance cards.
Right. Okay, so I'm first. So I can start playing cards, I guess. Much to do here on the first turn. Talent or advantage? think I'm just going to play the boots. Oh, yeah, we've got to damage these guys.
I know.
We have a default attack on our characters. Your character has a default weapon at least. And you can only attack with each type once. So this one I have to spend an endurance. Exhausted, I can do a close or range attack for a d6 worth of damage. You guys have 1 armor. Okay. So let me just spend 1 endurance. Exhaust that to play my heavy leather jacket.
Oh.
May only be used against attacks with 6 or less damage, but I can prevent 2 of it. I exhaust the card, and you can only use 1. You can only use 1 armor card per attack, and this you can only wear like 1 for each slot. So this is chest armor, and I have some legs armor here. But I'll just play that heavy leather jacket. Then I'll exhaust the other endurance to do an attack. I've got 3 armor. I don't think I'm getting through on that.
I mean, D6. What is your basic?
Just 1d6.
Oh,
of
mine's a
damage.
D6 plus 1.
Yeah, see, I think you should attack that guy.
Sure.
I'm just going to attack this guy.
Oh, that's good.
Well, I wish I did attack that guy, but it's okay.
So 5?
So I'm taking away...
Because he has 1 armor.
Yeah, 1 armor, so I'll take away a 5. Whoops. That guy is wounded, technically. So that was a nice roll. Could draw cards, get some endurance going. Might do that, actually. I think I might spend that fate, actually, to... Oh, sorry, I forgot to roll for my attack.
Oh, yeah, you have to see if you even succeed.
Sorry. Let me roll for my attack. I totally forgot that
let's put that 5 back. But, I guess just see if it works.
Yeah.
First.
Let's see if it works. So I am rolling... So I have to basically, I forgot the step. I'm getting back used to this game, but for close combat or range attack, you got to test against this value first. So I have to get like an 11 or less. I'll say it's a range attack. I got an 11.
Perfect.
11 right on.
Perfect.
So we're all good. We're all good. I could have spent to re-roll it, but we're not gonna. We don't need to do that.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Totally forgot. But yes, we'll get back into the game. We'll get used to it. What else could I do? Yeah, I think I'm going to spend 2 fate, throw it in the middle of the table there. So that'll get me 1 endurance, 2 endurance. And I'll just play my boots. My leather boots to help me prevent damage coming against me. It also adds +1 to my hero's dodge value. My hero's a dodge of 6, but now it's 7. Just trying to set up some defense. Is what I'm trying to do here. Okay. I'm done. Anything else? I think so. I check that I have 7 cards or less in hand. I do. 5 action cards. Make an attack. Okay. Yeah, you go.
Okay. So I will spend 1 endurance. I will spend 2 fate tokens. And I am going to put this +3 on my ranged attacks. So now instead of 11, I can get 14. 14 or lower. Okay. Oh, sorry. Flip that.
Oh my God.
Sorry. Okay, then I will use my 2nd endurance to do my basic attack. So I spend 1 endurance. I'm doing a ranged attack. I need to roll 14 or lower.
Nice.
But now I don't have any re-rolls, but...
Uh-oh.
4.
Oh.
Okay, got it. That like bounced right back.
Yeah, this leather tray in the D20 is not, it's not good for my stress levels. It does these little like tilts and rolls and stuff.
So now I get to roll 1d6 and I get +1. And I'm attacking this orc. Oh, man. 2 + 1 = 3. His armor's 3. I'm sorry. I have no rerolls.
Okay.
So, okay, that's too bad. I'm sorry.
All right. So before they go, we got to do this hieroglyphics.
We can't because they're not.
So we check all henchmen are in play. They're wounded. They're not.
No, sorry.
So it says. That's it. We just don't even do this.
No, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Dang.
You suck. All right.
I know.
I'm just kidding. I should have attacked that guy.
Well, we didn't know we were gonna roll like that.
Yeah, you didn't know, right?
Yeah.
All right. Now what? They just go, right? There's no other tricks we got to do here.
No, and I think we have to go in order.
Oh, yeah, I
right?
forgot about this. But that's okay. We get it later.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so we go from left to right for the enemies. So if you can roll a d20 for this guy, we're going to find out what he does.
13.
Mel got a 13, so we are going to repair. The magnificent abacus is wounded. It heals itself for 5. It's not. If it's not, instead heals each henchman for 1. I'll give him back a health.
I'll just put a 1 because we'll just take it away.
Yeah.
So.
And this guy's already full, so we're good.
Okay, that's not the worst.
So now roll 1 for the bandit thief. 2. That's not good.
That's not good.
The lower they roll, the better. So it's thievery. Place one of a random hero's permanent cards, hero's choice, under the henchman. If the henchman dies, return the card to the hero's hand. So
I don't have any.
Odds and evens.
Oh yeah, I guess you want me to get it.
It's evens. 14, so it's me. I'll choose to put my boots under. He stole my boots. Stole my boots. Now we have the Orc Highwayman. Roll a d20.
14. That seems probably better.
Nothing. It shouts an orc curse.
Okay.
All right. Now, end of round. We remove and resolve a time counter. And there's nothing for 7. Yep. I think that's it, right?
It doesn't have it because attack twice. Yes, he does.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
So let's do it one more time.
Yep, per hero.
13.
13, same repair.
So he just gives
so
another...
this guy gets another heal.
Okay.
Thank you, Jim.
Thanks,
yeah,
Jim.
yeah,
Sorry.
Yeah, it's per heroes. We already said that. We just
forgot. Okay.
Shaking off the rust of Aventuria here. All right. So this goes to you. You are now the active hero. So we both draw 2 cards. Then we ready up anything that's exhausted.
No, we can.
And we choose up to 2 cards to put down as endurance. Also, remember the limitation on your turn. You can only attack once for each type.
Mm-hmm.
So you have close combat, ranged, and magic. So you can attack up to 3 times on a turn, but only 1 of each type. So far, I don't know if my guy has magic attacks. I'm not really seeing any of that. Okay. Good.
Okay.
Go ahead. Take your turn.
I'm going to save that one more. Okay, I'll use... Oh, no, I might as well put it into play. So we'll spend 3 endurance. Put a rapier into play, which will let me also do a melee attack. 1d6 plus 3. I do need to roll a 10 to be able to get that going. I will spend my last endurance. I think I'll just do my basic ranged attack. I need to roll 14 or lower. 6. Oh, 9. So that's good. So I get a d6 plus 1. Can we try this one again? And that way,
yeah, because this other guy's wounded still? It's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, he's still wounded, so you might as well.
Oh.
That's 3 only?
Yeah.
No boosts?
No boosts.
Nothing under your hand you can play to add damage or anything?
Not for 0.
Not for 0.
Okay. Dang. I need to get better weapons. Well, now I have 2 options for attacking on my next turn, so we'll see.
You know what we need to do? We need to shut off this. Okay, I'm going to try right now, actually. So I'm going to try this Gins of Ore, which we forgot about in the first round, but I think it's really good because it'll shut off the bad guy's repair, which he rolled twice that turn. So if we can turn off his repair, that's amazing. So each hero, max 1 per round, cost an endurance, which I just did. You do a persuade roll as a penalty of the number of doom tokens.
We didn't do that.
Yeah, you should have 5 doom tokens on him.
4, 5. On him?
Yeah. So we haven't removed any yet, so this is going to be harder, but I'm still going to try. So it is my persuade. Let me even check my persuade. Is a 10, and then minus 5.
So you have to roll 5 or lower?
5 or lower,
With-
and we can shut off his repair.
But you could try it multiple times, right? Based on...
Oh.
Oh, is it once per turn?
Yeah, it says once per round.
Oh, once per
And I don't have any fate to re-roll it, but I'm just going to try. It's maybe not the best spend of an endurance right now, but... Nope. Womp womp. I failed.
So I knew I could attack with rapier, but I was worried because I could...
Oh.
But no, I know. But because I had to roll a 10, I have in my hand this, which will help me next turn, where I can give myself +3.
Okay.
So I mean, I was lucky on the roll. I could have.
It's Rob's fault for not telling you. I don't know her cards.
No, I knew I could have.
I
But I
don't know
thought I
her
had a
cards.
better shot of getting the attack to go through with only being able to do one attack, which is why I did that. Yes. And Christian's also saying Mary has a a magic value of nothing, so you cannot cast magic. Just FYI.
Yeah, so that's what I was thinking. I didn't even think I would have any in my deck.
Yeah.
Because
I don't know if you
haven't
do.
seen any, so I figured that makes sense.
Yeah.
So no magic for me.
And I love that Christian called him Mary.
Yes! Yes! It's catching on.
It's catching on like the Leo Luca
Yeah,
situation.
Leo Luca. All right. So yeah, no magic for this guy, which is quite an opposite of the character I normally play with, the mage from the core set, who's like my favorite character so far. This is quite different.
Yes, fate. Yes, sorry. I get a fate because I missed.
You
my
failed,
attack.
you
my
missed your attack.
Yeah.
Wait. Were you successful at the attack?
I was successful on the attack, but I missed hitting.
But I think you only get fate when you fail on the roll to succeed on the attack.
Failed attack roll gains you a fate point.
But I think it's only on the D20, right?
Yeah, I think you're right. It's only on the D20, right? Not if I just miss on the attack.
Yeah, I think Christian, correct us if I'm wrong, but she succeeded on the D20 that allowed her to roll damage dice.
Yes, I just didn't get the damage through based on the armor. So I don't think I get anything.
The damage was blocked by the armor, but I don't think that's considered an unsuccessful attack roll, is it?
I don't think so.
If it is, then we've been doing this wrong before. We might be wrong, but...
I see. I think he's meaning, I think there, if I had failed on this.
Yeah, if you rolled a 10 or less, right?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
But I wouldn't have been able to use it that turn to re-roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, we're good. We're
no,
good.
we're all good. We're good.
We're good. Okay. All right. My turn?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I'm on my turn because I just did that.
Maybe you can get some damage through on that work.
Yeah, maybe.
I probably should actually have played pomegranate instead. That would have been smarter.
Shouldn't have probably attempted this, but because I just realized now I could have paid for 3, played something nice, juicy, and attacked with it. But that's okay. Did what I did. What do I do? Play a card. Yeah, I'm going to play this card for 2. I'm going to play Fox Sense. Every time a non-attack effect causes you to lose damage, the number of damage lost is reduced by 2.
Oh, that's cool.
So I'm building up kind of like a little defensive wall here.
And then hoping the attacks get targeted to you.
Yeah, and hoping when I get hit, I don't really lose much damage, and I can survive till I build myself up.
Yeah.
That's my hope. Okay. And then I'll spend my last endurance. We're going to do an attack, a basic attack. We'll do a range attack, so I have to roll 11 or less. 9, we're good. So I'm going to roll a d6. We'll attack this Orc Highwayman.
You just need higher than 3.
4 or higher, and we're good.
Yes.
6.
Yes.
Bingo. So not this, but I do...
Here, I'll give you back 4.
3 damage off here, right?
Oh, yeah. So
we'll
you just need 2. Yeah, because the armor.
Boom. So now they're both technically wounded.
Perfect.
Which is good. So now we can do this hieroglyphics environment thing.
Okay, that's good.
So that's me. Done.
Okay, so then we will do this.
Yep. So before the enemies go, we're going to roll a d20.
Yep.
If it's less than 2 times the adventure tokens on this.
Yep, so 16 or lower.
16 or lower.
We get to remove
9.
So we get to remove a token.
We take a token off, which gets us closer to being able to defeat this guy. We have to get all the tokens gone. But at least it makes it easier now
to do this roll.
To do the roll where we can shut off his repair ability that stops him from healing. And healing all the guys. All right.
Okay.
So now the enemies go. So this guy will go. The Magnificent Abacus Leader. Rolls a 5.
Attack the starting hero with a d6.
So d6 of damage. You're officially the starting hero right now. He's going to hit you for 3.
I do have a dodge of 5.
As long as you roll 5 or less.
Nope.
Nope.
So I will take 3.
Yeah, you have no way to prevent or any
Nope,
armor or
1,
anything.
2,
Okay.
Nope. Okay, again.
He'll go again.
18. I think that's good. Nothing.
All right, nothing. So now this guy, the bandit thief, he succeeds with a critical, so he actually gets to go again. But with the 1, he will place a random hero, so odds or evens. Even, so he'll take my.
Oh no.
He'll take my fox sense.
Okay.
I want to kill this guy really bad now.
Yeah, and then
He's
he'll go.
stealing all my stuff.
Then he'll go again.
Yep.
12. The hero with the most wounds, which is me, suffers a d6 plus 2.
D6 plus
so 2. I suffer 4,
4,
but I can dodge.
Yep, roll for your dodge.
5. Nope. So I suffer 4.
Okay. Now the Orc Highwayman. Gonna go. You will hit for 8. 8 is a attack, melee, a close combat attack. Attack a hero chosen by the group, suffers a d6 plus 2 damage. I'll take it.
Okay. Oh yeah, because you have your.
Yeah, I have a heavy leather jacket to help me in the cold, I guess. So a 2 plus 2 is 4. I'll prevent 2 of that and just take 2. Oh, but dodge first. Dodge first. 6 or less. Nope. So what is it again? I take 2, right?
Yep.
So I'll drop down to 38. Okay. And that is that. So end of round, pass me the token. And check that you have 7 or less cards.
4.
And we're good. All right, then start of the round. Draw 2. Ready up everything.
Oh, that's only a 1.
And then place up to 2 cards down as endurance.
Oh, there's some armor. My deck is so expensive.
Start putting those endurance cards down. All right.
Sorry.
Yep, you go ahead. Keep going. I'm going to just start playing.
Yeah.
I'm
going
to spend 3. I'm looking at this card here. I got this sword, the Born Thorn. 1 endurance, exhaust the card. It's a range attack, does a d6 plus 2 damage. It says for an adventure, if this attack causes the opponent to lose health, you may force them to re-roll one of their activation rolls this round.
That's cool. So we'll have to put something on it.
Yeah, we'll just use a token.
We can use like a time token.
Yeah, so I'm going to play that. I'm going to put that into play. That's a ranged attack. Okay.
Oh, we didn't take a time.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Yeah, see, I told you we forget.
I remembered. Nobody told me that.
Oh, okay.
I
No,
remembered.
Jim didn't catch us? All right, we're good.
No, I remembered. And 6 says nothing. 5, the next time we will have to do something.
All right, so I'm going to exhaust this Born Thorn and do a ranged attack. I'm going to go after this thief, this filthy, dirty thief.
Yeah, you want to get those things back.
So let's roll. I'm looking for 11 or lower. A 5, we're good. And then I roll a d6 plus 2 damage. So
5.
So 5.
So 4 go away.
2 and 4 because of his armor. And then we'll put a time token on him to remind me that we could re-roll his activation die.
I could potentially kill him.
Okay, but either way, that's what's going to happen on my turn. And then I am going to have 2 endurance left. I'm going to spend 1 of it. And we're going to do the close combat attack, which I'll roll looking for 11 or less. I failed, so I get a fate token. Then I am going to spend 1 to try this hero action and roll a persuade roll, and it's -4 this time. So I'm actually trying to get 6 or lower.
You got 6 exactly.
I got 6. So this will attach to this guy, and we now officially shut off his repair ability. So it says, I can show it right here. So now since I succeeded on this, place this card next to the Magnificent Abacus. Its repair effect result, it now counts as nothing.
So now he counts as nothing
so
from
8 to 20.
From 8 to 20 does nothing.
8 to 20, this guy snoozes.
I love it.
It's great. It's great. Okay.
That's good.
Yeah, very good turn, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, your turn.
Okay. So now I can play this pomegranate for 3, which I have to successfully roll 14, but then I can make an opponent lose 7 health.
Oh, I love lose health because that goes right through armor and all that
which
stuff.
would get rid of...
And no dodge rolls if they have dodge. None of these guys have dodge.
No, but it would get rid of his... Yeah, so this would kill this guy, but I have to successfully roll. So potentially... So I'll spend 3. We'll do this because I want to get rid of that guy and you get your stuff back. So this is an event. I need to roll 14 or lower. Oh, do you want to...
So you're saying I could spend this token to allow you to re-roll that die?
Yeah, which will get rid of this guy, and then you can get all your stuff back.
Then I can't use this to draw cards or gain money.
This turn.
I got to keep the chat happy, and you happy. So sure, you can re-roll. I'll spend this.
If I miss, that'll be bad. I'm sorry if I miss. Oh, I got it. I need 14. I got 13.
All right, so no couch for you tonight. You're good.
Okay,
right.
I'm good. So the opponent loses 7 health, and this does not count as an attack.
Ryan's telling me zombies don't dodge, Rob. You're correct.
That is true.
You're correct.
Here, you get your items back.
Thematic win. I should have known.
And then...
Oh, I get my cards back.
Yeah, that's why I wanted we help each other.
Yeah.
So if it doesn't say it gets shuffled back or anything, it definitely goes back in, right?
Oh, they go back to the hero's hand.
Oh, you have to pay for them again?
Oh, you dirty. So this filthy bugger just is going to make me spend 4 to put these back into play. I don't like these bandit thieves.
These are terrible. So this, I guess, gets shuffled back in.
Shuffle back in?
Yeah. So that doesn't count as an attack. So technically, I still can do my attack. Is that correct? Because it didn't count as an attack. I can do my attack still.
What attack? What are you talking about?
My basic range attack. Because that pomegranate said doesn't count as an attack.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Okay, so that's good. So
yeah, it's just you tested against range, but it wasn't you using your ranged attacks, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. So I am for 1.
Chip well spent, Rob. Chip well spent.
Definitely.
Agreed.
Definitely.
Agreed.
Keep everyone happy, right? Were you even considering not?
I didn't even think about it. I didn't even know what you're rolling for. I'm sitting here in my head trying to work out like my next turn and what we're gonna do. I'm thinking of how to win this thing. I'm not paying attention to what you're doing. To be honest. And I'm reading the chat, being all funny here.
I'm gonna put in this weapon poison, which is use on a hero's weapon to add 1 extra point of damage.
So you could use that on any hero at the table, technically.
I could. But you already had your turn. But yes, I will. So I'll put this into play.
But I'm just letting them know for gameplay purposes, if you're playing like 4 heroes, any card that says it can go on a hero's whatever can go on any hero at the table, which is pretty cool.
And do I have to do this before the roll, I assume?
No, it's like this. Boom. Now that has +4.
Oh, I have to attach it.
Yeah, you're adding it to the weapon. That's why it says use on a hero's weapon. Just throw it on yours. That's fine.
Yeah, okay. That one is. This one is a D6 +3, so now it's a D6 +4. So maybe I'll be able to get some damage thrown on this one. Okay, so now
poison them.
Let's use 1 endurance to attempt an attack of melee. I need to roll 10 plus, 10 or lower. Nope.
13.
That's okay. And then we'll try a basic ranged attack. I need to roll 14 or lower.
An endurance to do that one?
Right here, sorry.
Okay.
11. Okay, so this one goes through. This one is just a D6 +1.
But you failed on an attack, so you should have got a fate. You should have got a fate, right?
Yep. Oh man, 2 again, +1 is 3. I can never get a hit on that guy.
What?
But we don't need to worry about it. Oh yeah, we still do. But he's damaged anyways. Okay. That is
so before the enemies go, we can do the whole rolling thing. So D20. Yep. And we're trying to get 16 or less, right?
Yep. Got
6. Remove another Doom token.
Okay.
Doom is coming for the magnificent abacus.
Then he's going to go.
Yep. So he's going to roll, and we hope he's getting 8 to 20.
Yep.
14 does nothing.
2.
Womp womp.
The starting hero suffers a D6 +2.
So D6 +2 to me. I'm the starting hero.
2,
so
4. You can dodge.
Let's try to dodge. 17, no. I'll reduce it by 2. Take 2.
Okay.
Down to 36 out of 40.
And then this guy, Orc. Oh, man.
3, which is the starting hero suffers a D6 +4.
Oh.
So it's D6 +4 is 6. I'll try to dodge. I need a 6 or less. Nope. No. I'll take 6 damage going down to 30. Womp womp.
Sorry.
Orc is filthy.
Okay. Then we will remove a time token, and we're now at 5, and it says draw a henchman and place it.
How many henchmen?
2.
2, 1 per hero?
Yep, and place them to the right of the row of the villains.
So we got a grave skeleton. 12 health, threat points of 3. The damage roll of range attacks against a skeleton is halved, rounded up.
Oh.
So he's
I
actually.
gotta hit him with my.
Yeah, we gotta hit him with melee.
I have a melee. Okay.
We gotta hit him with melee. Oh
Okay,
man.
okay.
He's got 1 armor and gets to activate once. So give him 12 health. And then we drew a animated skeleton. The damage roll of range attacks against the skeleton is halved, rounded up. But this guy's only 8, has no armor. Remember, crumbles equal nothing on this, so that last effect is a nothing. Okay.
Yep. Okay. I guess my bows go right.
So we gotta damage these guys before the end of the round, so we can try to get rid of another doom token.
Yeah.
Plan, but maybe we just try to take out 1. We'll see.
This.
Yep, and then we'll check our hand. Then we draw 2. Ready all your cards. And then we choose 2 to go to endurance, or up to 2, or 0 if you want, whatever. Oh, I have a talent. If I play this one, I'll get to go to my treasure deck and could possibly get a card.
Oh, 1, 2. Oh, I can actually do everything I want to do. 6. Yep. These.
Oh, this one says, look at this, cultural knowledge. In an adventure, when you play this card, choose a henchman keyword. You may reroll damage against henchmen with this keyword once per attack and choose the higher result. So additionally, you gain persuade +1.
Which is helpful for this
Everyone is undead.
Yeah.
Everyone's undead.
Yeah.
So I could just choose undead.
It's like the scenario was made for you.
Ooh. It's like this card was put in here just for this. Wow. All right. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to do 4 endurance. Oh, I'm not even first player.
I'm first. Oh, you're ready?
I'm getting excited.
That's okay.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So, first, I'm going to spend 3 endurance.
Oh, no, I have to play 1 more card in endurance, but go ahead.
I'm going to put a +3 to my melee. So now my melee is 13. So that costs 3 endurance. Then for 3, 1, 2, 3, I'm going to play Quilted Surcoat. So this is 2. What is this stand like? Pro is what?
Pro is prevention.
Prevention.
Like it prevents
I was like trying to think of what the word was. Prevention of 2. Discard to reduce an attack's damage by an additional 3 points. So I guess if I want to block a big attack, I could do 2 plus.
But you have to throw it away. It's gone for the rest of the scenario, basically.
Yeah. So, okay. So I got my jacket to protect me. Okay. Now I will spend 1 endurance. I will attempt to attack melee. I need to roll a 13 or lower. I got an 8. Okay. Oh, I didn't say who I was attacking. Is that bad? Yep. Okay. So I guess I would have attacked one of these guys. I'll just attack this guy. Sorry. So this is D6 + 4.
Oh, wow.
Sorry. So 8. I think he's dead.
Yeah. Boom.
Awesome.
But is it a range attack or melee?
Melee.
All right, we're good.
Yeah, I didn't want to use.
So what happens to this guy? He goes back in the deck, or he's discarded. I forget what happens to enemies.
They get shuffled in unless it says, right?
Unless it says, okay. Okay, I think so.
Yeah, I believe they tell you if they don't go back in.
You might be wrong, but sure.
But I don't know if it's a discard pile and then they get shuffled.
I forget.
Either way.
We'll just put them in discard next time.
Okay, this one.
The deck's big enough.
Spend 1 endurance. We'll do a ranged attack. Do you have any melee attacks happening?
I have 1 on my default, but I have a card in hand that I could put into play and do 1 this turn.
Because I'm wondering. I'm actually going to try to hit this guy with my melee attack, even though it is damage.
He's quicker
just
to eliminate.
Even to get 1 through, but I have to roll 14 or lower.
Oh, yeah, and you gain a fate point for defeating a henchman.
Oh, yeah. These little things I forget. Yeah.
Well, did we kill another one, too?
Yes, but I don't remember who did. Oh, I killed it with my...
Suffering damage, right?
No, I killed it with my pomegranate.
Yeah, suffering damage.
Oh, yeah,
That one,
yeah.
Yeah. So you should have another
Oh.
fate.
Okay. So I need to roll 14.
As
Okay.
long as you didn't re-roll that, right?
I didn't re-roll that.
Yeah, which makes sense.
Okay, so now I am attacking this skeleton because we're going to... So this is rounded in half, but rounded up. So this is a d6 plus 1. 5, so 6. So 3, but he blocks 1, so 2.
Just 2?
Yeah. Because it's the...
Still wounded, though, at least.
Yeah, because he rounds it down by... Or cuts it in half.
Range, right?
It's range.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rounded up, though.
Rounded up, yeah, but it was 6.
Okay.
All right.
Anything else?
No, but I feel like that was a successful turn. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So for 3, I'm gonna exhaust 3, and I'll play my machete, which is a melee attack.
Plus 3, that's good.
Okay. I'll spend an endurance, and we'll attack with that. An 11 or less on the close combat roll. A 20 failure.
Can I let you re-roll it? Or critical?
Yes, you can,
okay.
absolutely.
So you can re-roll.
Oh, you're asking if you can now after you made me do it to you?
No, I didn't know if 20s are like
No, you're allowed to. No, you're allowed to.
Okay.
Yep.
10. There you go.
So that's
yes.
a success. But
Yes.
all right. So I will do 1d6 plus 3. Not an opponent with 2 or more armor. Okay. So a d6 plus 3. Oh yeah, it's on this guy. D6 plus 3.
So 7.
7. He blocks 1.
So 8.
6.
I mean 6.
I need
You need 4.
4. Okay. How much endurance do I have left?
So they're both wounded, so that's good.
I have 4 endurance. Should have played this first, but that's okay. I'm going to attack again, but this time I'll attack with a range attack against the orc guy. So we need 11 or less. 7, we're good. So it's a d6 plus 2.
So
6. So 3 gets through.
I'll just take this away.
And put 2 more.
Put 2.
And then he gets a time token, which reminds us that I could re-roll his die this turn. Because
yes.
I damaged him with my Bronthorn.
That's so good.
Then I have 3 endurance left. I will just play the boots again. In my boots, which could prevent 1. And now I have +1 again to my dodge. And I have 1 endurance remaining.
Oh, +1 to your dodge. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Stole them before I could wear them last time.
Yeah.
I just bought them, brought them home, went to spray some protectant on them, and he stole them when I went to go grab the protectant. Like, what the heck, man? They're my new boots. All right.
Bob says, as said by the best adventurers, I killed it with pomegranate.
Dan says, pretty sure she didn't make you spend the chip, Rob. She just asked in her nicest possible way. As wives tend to, right, Dan?
I returned the favor.
You never had an intention. You didn't even know you could. You're like, wait, could I do this?
No, I just didn't know if 20s stuck were automatically
yeah,
like you couldn't re-roll them. But yes, I don't want to have none here.
All right, so I'm done my turn, and we're gonna try the hieroglyphics because each one's wounded. We're good, right?
Yep.
D20. It needs to be 16 or
lower.
less. 6.
Yes.
So remove another doom token.
So we can almost kill him.
And now he's gonna activate. 7. Oh,
so
just under.
The starting hero suffers a D6.
That's
me.
you. Yep.
4.
You can attempt to dodge.
Okay, so dodge a 5. 2.
So
is
it's
it
half rounded up? You dodge, I think.
So I take 2.
But you could prevent the 2.
Oh yeah, I just played that one.
You just have to exhaust it.
Yeah.
Unless you want to save it for
no,
another attack.
I just forgot. I just played that. That's why.
Okay.
So then he attacks again.
Yeah. 3. Oh man, this guy's getting all the good rolls now.
Starting hero suffers a D6 plus 2.
So 3.
3. So let's see if I dodge. I do. Is it rounded up or down?
I think it's rounded up. Didn't we read?
Yeah, so I take only 1?
I'm pretty sure.
All right.
I
think
check.
it was, no, it was rounded up. You are right. We did read that today.
Yeah, but is the damage rounded up that you take? Or I'm pretty sure it's this block.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's rounded up.
Here. All right, so it says if the enemy dodged the attack, half the damage rounding up. So I think that applies the same to us, right?
Yeah, because I'm the enemy to the orc.
Right here, dodging attack. If it's successful, your opponent makes a dodge test. If he rolls equal to or below its dodge value with a d20, he dodges the attack and reduces your damage roll by half. And it reminds you here it's rounded up. Yeah, 9 divided by 2, 4.5, rounded up to 5. Okay.
Oh, rounded up. So 2 then, yeah. Not 1.
The damage you take, not the amount you block. Right?
Yeah, so 3 divided by 2 is 1.5.
Rounded up is 2 you're taking.
Yeah, I only took 1
yeah.
because, yeah.
Not the
But
amount
it's
you're
not the
blocking,
amount I'm
it's the
blocking.
amount you're receiving.
Yeah.
Okay.
Orc.
We can re-roll this if we want. Yep. Come on, give me like a 19 or 20.
Yes.
That's what I asked for. Thank you, Dice Gods, for the 20.
You should roll for
So
these
he
guys
automatically
then.
stops and doing what he's doing. This guy will go
2.
A random hero suffers a d6 plus 4. So odds or evens. It's an odd, so you're going to suffer a d6 plus 4. Is 8 damage. Go to do a dodge.
Nope. So I suffer 8.
Yeah, that's no good. I have my defense stuff. I didn't even get attacked.
23.
All right, time token. I'm now starting player. Anything happen at 4?
Yes. The magnificent abacus performs an attack 2 times.
Or is action 2 times? 15 does nothing. And 13 does nothing.
Okay,
so
that was
good thing we nerfed him before that. I think that's like the good point in the game where you want to have him nerfed by so he doesn't do those actions.
Yeah.
All right. So now we draw 2 cards. No. I already did that.
Oh, you already did that.
So we draw 2 cards, and then we ready up all of our exhausted cards. And then we play up to 2 as endurance. Found my Indiana Jones hat here for armor. In an adventure, if you are the target of a henchman's action, increase the actions roll by 1 for each adventure token on this card. So it looks like you can, anytime you do a critical success with an attack or achieve a maximum during a damage roll, you get to put an adventure token on this card up to 3. And it kind of reduces the output on the rolls. That's kind of neat. Like a lucky hat. But I'm going to take that lucky hat and turn it into endurance.
Yeah, I'm going to put 1 endurance down. I'm going to hold 1 card.
A
2, 3,
blowgun.
4, 5, 6, 7, 6.
All right, we're in this. Okay, so I'm going to spend 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm going to play that cultural knowledge. So again, when I play this card, I'm going to name Undead. I may reroll damage rolls against henchmen with this keyword once per attack and choose a higher result. My Persuade is also 1. I'm playing a talent, so we're going to use my ability. I played a talent card. I may discard a fate, which I don't have. Oh yeah, I need fate for that. I thought it was endurance. But anyways, no big deal. Okay, and then I'll spend 1 endurance to play this blowgun, which is on another range weapon. But this one has the cool ability of spending up to 6 endurance, which is X. And then I do a range attack is a d6 plus X damage. X may be between 1 and 6. So I can't do it for 0. It has to be between 1 and 6, it says. But sometimes you can use these cards for 0. And I could have still done a d6, but this one has a limitation. It has to be between 1 and 6. Okay. Okay, so how much endurance do I have left in this pile here? 5. All right. So let's spend 1, and we're going to do. Let's just do a melee against this skeleton. D6 plus 3. Look for 11 or less. 3, we're good. D6 plus 3. 3.
6. Total.
He blocks 1. This guy's dead.
Yes.
I get a fate point. See, I should have done this all in a different order. I played all my cards first, but I really should have attacked first, saw what happened, and then played this card, so then I could have got through my treasure. So let's pretend I did that, just to see one of these cards. I don't want to see one. So we'll just throw this away. I'll get a fate point for destroying an enemy. Then we'll say I played this card, put into play a talent. I can spend a fate, and then I get to draw a card from here.
This goes in your hand?
Yeah, so it's like the little reward cards that I get just for the adventure. So it's like my treasure hunting ability kind of thing. So this is the golden idol. Your opponent draws. So this is the, so when it talks about an ability here, sometimes it's for the duel game, I guess. So this is your opponent draws 1 card less during their card phase. The opponent may discard. See, this is all stuff if you're playing against another player. But then it says in adventure mode, at the start of an opponent's turn, all opponents you could regularly attack lose 1 health each. Afterward, roll a d6 on a 2 or 5. Discard this card. Ooh, so we need to get that in play. Which I'm gonna, whoops. This is my 4 endurance, right? So 1. So I'll put that in play. Okay. I have that ability. Then I'll spend another 1. Actually, I'll spend 3 more. And we'll just do this blowgun. And we'll attack this guy. We'll roll, so it's to be 11 or less.
Yes.
We get a critical, I'll take a fate.
Wow.
So what did I spend? 3?
Yep.
So it's a d6 plus 3 damage on this guy. 1,
Oh,
so it's 4. Only 1 gets through.
Still good, still good. He's gonna be, we're gonna have to like.
Oh no, but then I have my, I may re-roll these and choose the higher result because of my culture and knowledge, because he's considered undead, right?
Okay, so I'll just put that 1
So
back.
it's a 4.
Oh yeah.
So 4 plus 3 is 7, so I'm going to take away 6?
Yep.
Or no, he's a 3, sorry.
Oh.
So I take away 4.
Yep.
Down to 5.
The other guy was 1.
Okay, okay. I'm done my turn.
You're done?
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to spend 4 endurance. And I'm going to put this ranged attack weapon. So for 1 endurance, I can attack.
Oh, look at this.
I can attack attack plus 2.
So that means when you're testing your attack, the value you're testing against of it's 11 plus 3 because your card's here. Now it's also a plus 2. So you're actually trying to hit on 16 or less when you attack with that.
Then I get a D1 plus 6. Oh, that is cool. Okay, so I paid.
So you're gonna succeed on your attack rolls on that one quite a bit.
Yeah, I wish I knew and put that one on this, but I guess that's fine. This is still plus 3.
But again, you don't know your deck that well, right? So when you play in the future, you kind of like know what kind of combos you're trying to line up with your deck. Right?
Even so, I think they're still good. But okay, so I will spend an endurance. Let's try to use this new gun. I guess it's not a gun. I guess it's range. So I'm looking for 16 or lower, and I'm going to be attacking this guy. 12, so that's good. So now I get a D6 plus 3. 3 and 3 is 6. He blocks 3, so I will put back 2. Okay, but then I will use my melee.
Get him.
I need to roll 13.
Or less.
Or less. 15, I will re-roll.
Nice, nice.
I want to kill him. 15, I will re-roll.
Sure.
God. 7. Okay, good. Now we are rolling a d6 plus 4.
A little bit of poison.
Yes, dead.
So that,
that's
definitely.
6, 7, 8.
Yeah.
Oh, 6. Sorry, that's 10.
Definitely, yeah, it's a huge hit.
Okay.
Huge
so
hit.
then I get to take one of these because I killed him.
Yep.
Did you take one for? Yeah, you did take one for the skeleton.
Yep.
Okay, and then there's nothing I can do with this. Right? There's no other additional actions?
No, unless you had red cards in hand you can play on the enemy's
I
turn
don't have
or
a
something.
hand. Okay, so then that's me
so
done.
maybe you don't need to keep putting endurance down. Now you can like just kind of play cards and you should be okay.
Yeah.
All right, so before they go, we get to do the whole hieroglyphics thing. Rolling a d20, 16 or less. 4. So remove another doom token.
One more, yes.
Okay, now he's just going to activate.
Oh, yeah.
9, which does nothing. And a 3.
3 is the starting hero suffers a d6 plus 2.
So d6 plus 2.
Oh,
you got an 8. I'll see if I can dodge. No. So 8. I will block. Oh, no, I can't use the 2 block. I'll just use the 1. And then I'll lose 7.
Ooh.
Going down to 23.
Oh yeah, that's annoying that you can't use it on what over 6.
Yeah, 6 or less. I can only protect my leather jacket. It's only good for cold winds, not so much for magic spells and sword slashes, I guess. That it hurt too much.
Yeah.
Okay. So end of the round.
So we'll
Time
remove 1
token.
here. Nothing else happens until the second.
Passing you the first player.
Okay.
Draw 2. Ready up all your exhausted cards. Okay. And then decide if you want to put any endurance down.
Nope. Not. Imagine.
I have this like disarm ability here. This is one I could, if I save 2 endurance, I can actually spend it on the hero's turn. It says play this card before an opponent rolls for damage on an attack. Instead of the regular damage, the hero suffers 1d6 instead. So if it's like a 2d6 plus 4 or something, I can just change it down to 1d6. I'll hold this in hand actually, just in case we see something bad happening. We don't know what else is going to come out of this deck, but all right, go nuts.
Okay. So I'm going to spend.
You can damage this guy. We just can't reduce the last health on him until this last doom counter is gone.
Which we'll start to do. Okay.
And he's still at 14.
I'm gonna spend.
He's got 2 armor.
Do it like this so that you can still see it. But okay, so I'm gonna spend 1, and I'm gonna put this in. This is interesting. This is add 1 to your hero's dodge value.
Athletics.
So
Slide
this
it in
is
the right.
attach. Okay.
I got like none of those cards I haven't seen. I think I saw 1. I'm
No.
pretty sure I made it endurance, or I threw it back.
Those.
I threw it back. I haven't seen a single one of my upgrade cards.
I highly value those cards.
Yeah, they're awesome because they
Definitely
make you succeed at all your attacks and stuff. They're great.
All right.
Good to see early, but I didn't see any.
I'm going to spend 2 endurance. For 2, I can put this magical attack. So for 1 endurance, I can attack for 1d6 plus 2. But my magical roll is 7. So likely this one won't succeed, but it's just a backup that now I can actually do 3 attacks in a turn.
Very nice.
Must
be nice.
So I am going to spend, spend 1 endurance. I'm going to try to use my melee attack. So I need to roll 13 or lower. 16. I will spend a reroll on that one. 13. Perfect. That's exactly what I need. So now this does a d6 plus 4, and we're attacking here. 6 plus 4 is 10. He blocks 2, so 8.
8 is gone. And we win once he's defeated. No matter what henchmen are in play, as long as we defeat the Magnificent Abacus, we win.
Okay, let's try a... Oh, I gotta spend 1 endurance. Let's do a ranged attack. I need to roll 16 or lower. 4. All right, so this does a d6 plus 3. Again, same target. Yes.
6, wow.
So, sorry,
so
6,
9. 9 minus 2 is 7. So we literally can only reduce him down to the 1 he has left. And we can't reduce that 1 until we get rid of that doom token.
Okay, so then...
So, you done?
I'm done.
So I'm not even going to attack. There's really no point unless I'm trying to get like critical successes. But I also could get critical failures. I think there was a critical failure earlier. We started talking. We interrupted what I was doing. Oh no, we re-rolled it, right?
I re-rolled it. Yeah, I re-rolled it.
But just for those who don't know, if you roll a d20 and you can't roll out of it in this game, you actually have to discard a random card from your hand. Like it hurts a lot. But we didn't have to do it. But...
And don't you get to draw a card too if you get it off of this?
Yeah.
I don't think we ever got it.
But I think we either been forgetting. We might have forgotten that. There's a lot of little rules in this we forget because we don't play it that often. But yeah, if you get a critical success, you not only get a fate point, I feel like you get to draw a card.
Yeah, I think it has to be on this die.
As long as it's not a test.
Yeah.
As long as it's not a test. Yeah, there's lots of little situations. There's some good BGG like help aids that like describe when you get fate points, when you can spend them, when you draw cards, when you discard cards. Okay.
Excuse me.
So on my turn, I mean, I'm not going to attack. I don't want to roll misses or anything like that. So I literally am just going to pass. Done.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So before the thing, we'll do the hieroglyphics.
Okay. Oh, exactly 16.
So remove the last token.
Okay.
He's going to go. 12 does nothing.
16 does nothing.
Nothing. Okay, remove a time token. What's that do now?
So for 2, we're going to draw 2 henchmen and place them to the right of the row of villains.
All right, so get another animated skeleton, reducing the range attacks. Another one of those weenie ones with only 0 armor. Not bad.
Yeah, he's easy.
Oh, no.
Oh, man.
The thief is back. He wants to steal my stuff. Hide my shoes. Hide your kids. Hide your wife. Hide your shoes. The bandit thief's back.
Oh, no. All right, 14.
14.
Is this a...
So we don't care about the hieroglyphics thing anymore. We don't need them both to be damaged. We're literally legit allowed to just fight this guy direct and we win.
Okay.
So these like kind of don't do much-ish. So now we pass the first player.
Mm-hmm.
Draw 2 cards. Ready all your stuff. Play up to 2 as endurance.
No, I'm good.
Finally, get a card that can buff my stat on range attack. I found a nice little a light crossbow, but it's got like a reload to it. Do not ready this card at the start of your turn if you attacked with it last turn. It's got like the little reload effect to it. I think that's really cool. Annoying when you're playing with it, but it's a cool that they have that theme to it. I like that. Neat way to do it. All right.
Are we having a clear the queue kind of situation or no?
No.
Okay.
No. Not after the length of story we spent reading through this evening. We don't have time for that.
Oh, so I guess this heal 6 is not needed anymore.
Oh, the undead bandit thief comes out at night to steal your boots. Yes.
Exactly.
What is with this bandit thieves? What kind of zombies are stealing your stuff? I don't know what's happening. All right. Let's go. We'll just do a... Doesn't matter what kind of attack. We're just gonna do the machete. Spending 1 endurance. Rolling, looking for... Oh, actually, yeah, that's fine. Rolling for 11 or less. 19. Did not get it, but I will re-roll. 11 or less. A 10, that's 11 or less. And we're going to roll a d6 plus 3 on the Magnificent Abacus.
The d6 was... Oh, so you need to get 1.
I don't think it matters what I get because
well, yeah.
1 is the lowest.
Oh, yeah,
plus
he
3.
blocked.
Yeah. He doesn't have a dodge. He just blocks 2 of it, so he's dead.
Yeah.
Bah! We win.
Wow.
All right. We were playing on easy, and we did miss some stuff, so I don't know. But either way, the idea...
You get an idea of how
the idea here is so you guys get a feel for the game. It's also a way we can warm up before I play on Friday, get some serious solo in on this game. I'm going to practice before that one. I'm actually going to play the expansion that wins the Patreon poll, which I'm still assuming is the one that I scheduled. But yeah, I will play that before I play it on stream. So hopefully I have a better feel for how it works. I hopefully don't miss too many little triggers and things, but as long as you get the idea of how the game works, that's what we're here for. All right, after a defeat. Nope, we skipped that. After a victory. Expedition Diary Day 48 Addendum. By the time we finally understood what was happening, it was almost too late. Of course, there was no secret archvillain misusing the magnificent abacus for their own nefarious purposes. It was the abacus itself. The complexity of this network, meteoric iron wires, and thousands of moving pearls provided it with a kind of consciousness, and this consciousness had a single goal: become stronger and more powerful. It is likely we, too, would have fallen victim to its servants and be transformed into animatio undead ourselves. However, the knowledge we acquired during our expedition helped us keep our enemies at bay and decipher the hieroglyphs on the pyramid walls. These signs were not a language so much as an explanation of what the abacus was and how it behaved. And although this program was complex and completely beyond our understanding, we were able to decipher enough to make a few changes that weakened the abacus. Then we entered the pyramid's inner sanctum and faced the machine in battle. It fought back with lightning and hordes of animatio undead, but in the end, it could not stop us. We knew what was at stake and fought it with courage and desperation. At some point during combat, the magnificent abacus simply ceased to function without warning. One moment, it was fighting us. The next, all the lights in the pyramid went out, and the undead fell to the ground. Soon after, see, they all fell. See, you killed that, and they all died. So you get it?
Yep.
All right. Soon after, the earth began to tremble, informing us that the pyramids imminent collapse. We grabbed a few pearls as evidence of our actions and fled the pyramid as fast as our feet could carry us, just before the swamp of Selim swallowed it whole. May this diary serve as a warning to the wise who might decide to build a similarly monstrous machine in the future. Nothing good awaits those who dare create a god. You have overcome the adventure. Each hero receives 2 experience points. Read the victory end of adventure procedure on page 15 in the adventure rules. And then there's a little write-up about our little buddy, talking about his background there. That, I don't know if that should be at the beginning or the end, but either way, it's in there.
Well, he survived, so that's like...
Yeah, so if you want to read more about him, you have to read it yourself or pause the video there and you can read it yourself. But I'm not reading it. My throat is getting trying cracky here. It's tickling, and I'm going to start coughing soon. Trying to drink tea here, but it's cold and not doing it for me. But anyway, that was story time with Rob and Mel. But no, that was Aventuria. That was another successful run here. This time playing the not this one. So that's where Mel's character was. So if you're interested in anything about Mel's character, she has her own little story adventure thing to play through in here. Then we have the Servant of the Nameless. That's similar to this. Dancer, Veil Dancer hero set, but we played the one at the bottom of the stack. That was the Treasure Hunter hero set. So you get that little story, and again, you can play that with up to 6 heroes if you have them. Daniel's saying, hey Rob, have you ever heard of Iron Sworn? No, I have not.
No.
I have not. Joyce is asking, how do you find the replayability of this game? This little box like that we just played, I mean, you could play through that again. Things would be different. Like you can set, there's 4 different difficulties for one. You have to play with the hero from this, but you could go anywhere from solo up to 6 players, which could change things completely. You can also have different enemies from different expansions mixed in. These are only enemies I put in here, bandits and thugs and whatever from the core set only. But you could change up your enemy deck. If you have other expansions that have similar types of enemies, you could put those in there too and change it up how it works. But if you see here, we're playing on easy, but then there's normal, which does things a bit differently. So you can.
Oh, you just have less time.
Yeah, and different things happen. And then there is difficult, and then there's legendary. So I mean, you can play it over and over like that. You'll also see different enemies, like I said. The replayability with your deck, like I said, this game has this whole reward thing. We're not going to go through it now, but like I said, it gave us experience. Then there's this whole system you go through of spending the experience, and you can like draw reward cards and stuff. And this expansion actually adds a couple reward cards to your collection. But when you play with the base game, just the core set, it gives you a bunch of reward cards to pull from. So you can add these in from this expansion, and you shuffle them up and you can spend experience. There's a whole bunch of stuff you can do between a scenario.
And you add them, right? You don't have to remove other cards?
You don't have to add them. They become available to you. And if you want to use it or not, you can. If you want to sell it back, I think you can.
That's cool.
There's like a whole procedure to it, and I forget because it's been a while. But it is in you can look at the PDF online and it'll explain all that stuff. But we can look at it here. I can just find the end of adventure right here. So this is in the rule book. So you have like you have victory if the adventure continues, what you can do, and there's like ways of spending experience to heal up and fate points and all this stuff. There's what to do if you're defeated. Talks about reward cards, and then there's a victory if end of adventure. Since this is just a one scenario adventure, and remember that in some of the expansions and in the base game, there's like multiple scenario adventures. So you can play through and you like level up in between, you heal up, and you go into the next one. And you can upgrade your deck along the way. Similar to kind of like a lighter version of Arkham Horror LCG campaigns. And then it says, if the adventure is completed after this victory, whether because of a short adventure or the last act of a multi-adventure, proceed as follows. If victorious in combat includes a reward for the heroes, see step 4 above. So then, yeah, you go down to... Oh, step 4 right here. Yeah, so we're victorious in combat, so it includes a reward. So usually this includes drawing a certain number of reward cards from the reward card deck. But there is a way to spend experience here. Where is it? Oh, you get to permanently raise one of your skills. And they could go up to 4 points.
Oh, down a little bit lower. No, it's, oh. You may also save experience points.
Where is the experience?
Receive multiple experience points. You may use them in any combination of the two options you like. For example, if you receive 3 experience points, you may note 1 reward
right
card.
here. Yeah, so you could select a reward card with experience points, or you can permanently raise one of your skills. And right here. So you can keep a sheet for your hero. So they give you this pad of sheets in the core game. So Mel and I should have at the start of this play, because it was the first time playing with these heroes, wrote them in, put our starting skill values, then you can raise them and make them better as you play through. So it makes you want to like replay with those heroes in the same adventure, in different adventures, raise up the difficulty. You might get different rewards, different experience. So you increase that, but you also unlock reward cards. And the different reward cards you can earn, they do different things. And then you can add them to your deck and remove other cards and that kind of stuff. So there's usually like more powerful cards. And you can slowly like tweak your hero and play your hero over and over again. And play with friends in different scenarios, go to different expansions, go back to others. You can use a character in any game you want. So having one of these sets now has a 5th hero on top of the ones in the core set that you could then go take and play those core set scenarios and adventures and level up this guy's deck and keep track of it on one of these sheets.
There's also the option of creating your own deck.
Yeah,
right?
Tweaking it, yeah. And like I
Or
said...
just like, no, starting from scratch. Can you not start from scratch and build your own deck?
No, you have to have a hero. So
Okay,
you take a hero, and then on the back of the hero skill card shows your deck building restrictions. So he's allowed to have up to 6 green close combat cards. So if we look, so these green weapons, so there's different card types. So this is a yellow weapon. Okay, it shows you in the bottom left of every card.
This is a green one.
So I could take that into my deck if I wanted. So if you're just playing solo or a couple players, you can disassemble all the decks you have, all the player cards, sort them out, and then you can, if you just have a couple favorite heroes, you can pull from those cards. But the games all come with predetermined decks that you can reset at any time because they have your character's name on them. So you, not name, but a shorthand. So this MMA, so your fighter obviously knows mixed martial arts. So this is in her default deck, but you can ignore this if your hero is allowed to take yellow range weapons. I could disassemble her deck, put this into my deck, take out some cards, as long as I follow these limitations. So I am allowed to have up to 4 yellow range cards. If you notice, there's no magic cards listed, so I'm not allowed to have magic. Tells me how much armor I can have. I have a maximum armor. I can have only up to 8 equipment, up to 10 talents, 6 advantages, and 4 free actions. You can totally tweak your deck and modify a hero and get really deep into it, like an LCG, like that kind of stuff. But it's up to you. So this is like a lifestyle game, and that's why, excuse me, that's why people are bringing up this a lot, is these, the pledges, they include lots of expansions. Because obviously the more expansions you get, the more adventures, the more scenarios, the more heroes, the more player cards. Same thing with the deck building game, same thing with a living card game, same thing with every other adventure card game that exists out there. They're all the same. Like, you want to make it more variability to it, more enemies to choose from, more adventures to play, more heroes to play, more player cards to build decks. Whatever you want. You just keep adding more expansions. They have more scenarios. And just like any of those games, there is no shortage of expansions. Excuse me. So much reading. My throat is dead. But sorry, one sec. Excuse me. All right. Where is this all in?
Oh, what's included?
Was it listed?
It's listed there, right beside.
Oh, but I want to. Isn't there a picture? I want.
Oh,
I want to see. It's better if you see it visually.
I thought there was.
Right here.
There you go.
So they have the All Aventuria pledge, which is 599 euros, I believe. But it literally is all the playmats you want, all boxes for storage. Like, this is overkill. So obviously, if you just want gameplay stuff, there's probably a way you can just get other tiers and things.
Get a bag too?
Yeah, there's a bag. It's like one of those carrying bags.
Yeah,
I don't think it's like a real storage solution, though. It's just for like transporting it.
Yeah. Well, in case you want to take all this to
Yeah,
someone's
yeah.
house.
You want to go to a friend's house with it? Yeah,
Yeah.
you're gonna need to rent a pickup truck to take it there. But there's all these big box expansions in the core set. There's like medium size expansions. There's little expansions. There's single decks. Half of these expansions are in this Kickstarter alone. They're like new to the game. But there is a ton of stuff out there for you. So you can do your research. You can read on their website what each theme is, like where it is, and maybe you're only certain themes interest you or certain heroes. So yeah, there's tons. There's tons out for this
Oh,
game.
you can get just all the boxes.
All the new boxes, yeah.
Yeah,
So
the
this
new
is all the
boxes.
new stuff in the Kickstarter that we got. Thank you again to Ulysses Spiel for sending this to us to check out. But we'll dig through some of it. So tune in Friday, noon Eastern. Most likely based on our Patreon poll, I'll be playing this one, the Nadim, the Caliph's daughter, is what won the poll, or is winning the poll by a lot. So I don't think it's going to change.
Yeah.
But it is scheduled. So if you go to the video description of this video on YouTube, you hit more, see more down below. You can go to the link to the Kickstarter that I'm looking at right now for more information. And you can also see a link to our other playthroughs of this game to see the core set. We played through some of that on the channel a couple months ago. And then you can also see the playlist that also has the next stream scheduled. So you can go there and set a reminder. But yeah, like the chat is saying, that is not cheap. I know. It's not cheap. Definitely not cheap. I don't know. Look at your local retailer. Again, this stuff is also available in retail. Maybe not the new expansions. But again, if you've never played the game before, there is a new to Aventuria pledge. But again, it comes with a bunch of expansions. But you just need the core set to play the game. 4 heroes. It comes with a 3 adventure campaign and a standalone campaign to learn the game. And all the components you need, and you must have it to play with any of the expansions. So yeah, go look for that at retail if you want to just try the game and you're not sure if it's for you. But if you are sure it's going to be for you and want some variability, they have a pledge just to get you started, to give you some expansions with it. But yeah.
And if you can't find it, Christian did mention that it is free on Tabletop Simulator.
Yeah.
If you like that.
Yeah. So yeah. There you go. Christian saying, Nadim at Caliph's daughter is absolutely the best adventure for streaming. The action starts right away and is interluded by little colorful story bits on the cards.
Awesome.
Well, our patrons voted, so even though you're telling me how awesome it's going to be, they basically already chose that one, so I have no say.
Yeah.
But we'll be playing it on Friday solo. We'll try it out. We'll play for a few hours at least, to see how far we can get with it and what's involved in it, and walk through it. So we'll definitely be going through what's in the big box expansion, one of them for this Kickstarter.
Christian, also thank you so much for joining our stream today.
Yeah,
and
go to
answering
bed.
questions and
Yeah,
just
go
being
to
here
bed.
to hang out. It was fun.
But nice job on the story.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I butchered it and I had trouble reading it. That's my fault. I'm not the best with like weird names that aren't familiar to me. I struggle through that stuff, but I try my best. But it is cool, the effort you put into a story and a little tiny expansion to kind of get you into the scenario to explain what's going on.
Yeah. I did feel like we were very lucky with
Yeah,
our roles.
It's never like that when we play.
Yeah,
It's
because
never like
we
that.
could have started off so much
Yep.
more terrible and not being able to remove those doom tokens
Yep.
as easily.
Yeah,
So-
usually we start scenarios. One of us is like damaged. One of us has less cards
Yeah.
to start with.
Yeah, so I feel like we were very lucky off the jump on that one. Yeah.
Yay, more story time with Rob. Yeah. I'll have to rest my voice. I do have cough candy
Before
somewhere
Friday?
here. Yeah. I have to rest my voice for Friday, get all ready.
But apparently it's not as much reading, so.
Oh, okay. It does look cool. I want to try that one. I'm very excited for it. So yeah, tune in Friday, noon Eastern. You can already set the reminder. Go to youtube.com/Rob's Gaming Table, and you can see it in the upcoming live streams. You can set reminders for it. We'll come and hang out, and you can ask questions. We'll go through the box. We'll look through the rule book. We'll see what's all in there. And we can even kind of take a look at the other big box expansion, kind of like poke around, look at the cards a little bit, see what's involved. But we won't be playing that one on that one day, obviously. But we can take a look at it more closely. Rob's ability to roll low numbers is a plus in this game, says Dragon Shadow. I agree. Dan says, Rob rests his voice. The chat silently cheers.
Funny. Joyce is looking forward to more Sleeping Gods.
Yeah, so Saturday Saturday, we're continuing our playthrough of Sleeping Gods, episode 2. Spoilers,
Yes.
spoiler warning.
Heavy spoilers.
Spoilers for us too, because we have no idea what's happening in that game, what's coming up. We're just excited to explore around it and have some fun. So we'll be back Saturday with another stream playing that. It won't be 8 hours, I don't think. It'll probably be around like 4 or 5 or 6. We'll see.
Yeah, 4 to 6 at least, likely.
Yeah. And we should take a break on that one. Got to remember, around a couple hours in, every couple hours we need to take a decent break.
Yeah.
That's the one thing, because it killed me. The next day we were like pretty dead.
Yeah.
Well,
people might have been able to tell in our Arkham Horror playthrough.
Yeah.
We were a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. And on Sunday we're back, continuing our Arkham Horror Dunwich Legacy playthrough. And anyone following along with that, if you're there for last episode, thanks again to Maddie for shipping Curse of the Rougarou. According to Canada Post, it should be here by Thursday. So within the next 2 days, it should show up. So yeah, it's pretty crazy how quickly that came. Hopefully it shows up. It may not. We'll see. It may get stuck in delays and stuff. But according to the shipping estimates, it should be here by Thursday at the latest. Which means we'll talk about it in the Arkham Horror stream. And we may just rule that it's what we play after the next scenario. Assuming we have the experience.
Yeah, because we'll need the experience.
Yeah, so we may just add another episode into that playthrough. Daniel's asking, hey Rob, do you have the Inn of the Black Boar expansion? No, I wasn't around for that Kickstarter. I didn't even know about the game. Thanks again to Jim Benny in the chat too for sending us Aventuria, the adventure card game, his collection, as a surprise gift.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we would not have even known about this game.
Yeah, Rob opened it on stream and everything. He didn't know.
But yeah, I don't know anything about the expansions other than the ones from this wave and from basically the expansions that are in that new to Aventuria set. Like we have the Lost Souls one. We have the Forest of No Return, I think it's called. And there's one other one we have. I don't remember what it's called either, but nothing from that Kickstarter wave. Get the one we have. Can't really read the name in the picture there, but
Does it say the names in the all-in pledge?
oh yeah, maybe. No, when I see it. Hero Struggle. We have the core set, we have the Hero Struggle, we have the Forest of No Return, we have the Ship of Lost Souls. And then now we have all the new stuff from this expansion. But we're missing, like, we don't have the Ship of Stone, we don't have the Arsenal of Heroes, we don't have Return to the Inn of Black Boar. And yeah. Whatever the Tears of Fire is, we don't have that. But yeah. Oh, Dan remembers the card thing. Let's not bring that up, Dan. I feel bad.
I feel bad too.
Oh, Jim's there. Jim is there. Thank you, Jim. Says you're welcome. But yeah, looks like you created a monster. Yeah. Yeah, you're to blame. So if anyone buys this game, gets into this game, you cannot drop hashtag Robin Mel maybe buy it for this one.
Nope.
We checked with our lawyers. By default, this is blamed on Jim Benny in the chat, one of our producers, who sent us this game. So without him sending this to us and us playing it on the channel, we wouldn't have played it on the channel most likely. So you can blame it on Jim.
But we didn't know about it until Jim sent it to us.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So we're not responsible.
Yeah.
We're not responsible for anyone becoming addicted to this game or spending 599 euros on the game. You cannot blame it on us. So just you can yell at Jim in the chat. Just FYI. But any other game we play on the channel, you could totally blame us. That's fine.
Oh, Jim says you have to share the blame.
Oh, share. Oh, okay.
50-50?
Oh, all right.
Okay, 50-50.
I see how it is. Okay, I see how So hashtag Jim, Mel, and Rob made me buy it is what you can use. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Joyce. Yes. That's the correct hashtag then.
Yeah. Exactly. Jim showed it to Rob, who made me buy it.
Yeah. But thanks again to Ulysses Spiel for sending these expansions over. I was kind of blown away by how much they sent. They just reached out and said, hey, we found your channel. We saw your streams. Nice quality. We love what you do. We have a Kickstarter coming up. Would you like the expansions from that Kickstarter? I clicked the Kickstarter link they sent, but it was a preview page. Didn't explain anything that was in it. I said, I had fun playing the game. Sure, I'll play more of it. So I said yes. and then this giant box shows up with like 8 other boxes inside.
Yeah, we were completely shocked.
I was like, hold on, is this just one Kickstarter or is this like all of their Kickstarters worth of content? I had no idea. But it is literally just all the stuff in this Kickstarter. It's pretty nuts. That's why I think some of the tiers are kind of pricey, because it is quite a bit of content. Most games will just do like one expansion just as an excuse to get to Kickstarter to sell you on all their past content in a pledge manager. But this game's doing it like kind of backwards. They're like designing a ton of expansions all in one Kickstarter and then also having all the rest of the stuff. Christian says, thank you for playing Aventuria. I'll try to be around next stream. I love Jim.
We love Jim too.
Yeah, we do love Jim. Don't tell Jim that, but we do.
And again, thank you so much for joining the stream today.
Yeah, thank you everyone for watching. If you have any questions, your best bet, I assume, I see Aventuria, guys. There's Ulysses Spiel. Depending on where you are, there's like the German, I believe, Christian, there's like a German side of the company, and then there's like the international side, which is like North America is considered international to the company, I think. If you look, yeah, if you go here, so there's like Ulysses-US for those in North America. This is like the international brand, but you can go here and there's probably like contact, a link, or down here. You can hit up their Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, all that stuff's here. If you want to ask any questions, if you're not sure about the Kickstarter, go hit them up on the social media platforms, hit up their Facebook page, and you can probably ask questions there. Yep. Oh. Okay, get out of here. They updated their cover photo. Yeah, so here's the link to the Kickstarter. So you probably can go ask comments here on this post, kind of ask any questions you have, you know, that kind of thing. But just contact Ulysses International, I believe, is handling this one, but I could be wrong. But there is also their like parent company is like Ulysses Spiel. You might be able to reach out to them too. But just contact the publisher if you have any questions, or hit up the Kickstarter page. They might be doing FAQ there, or the comments section. Again, you can hit up the Kickstarter page. But yeah, if you have any questions, you can direct them there. There's like lots of questions in here. There's answers in the updates if you need to find out anything. But the link to all this stuff's in the video description.
And I know there was some comments that they weren't answering comments, but it looks like they're now starting to get in. They were probably busy with today launching, so it took a little while, but they're answering lots of questions now. So
yeah, thank you everyone for watching. Thanks again to everyone supporting us on Patreon. Thanks for helping keep the channel going. Thanks to those in our producer Discord, our Patreon producer Discord, for dropping a ton of dad jokes today, and then asking for me to create a dad joke channel, which led to Mel crying on the couch. She was like laughing so much. I'm like, what is going on? She's like, you got to read these dad jokes in there. I'm like, dad jokes? Right away I log in, I look at it, and they're all having like a dad joke battle.
Oh my God, it was the best.
And Mel's like crying, so then I created a channel. So if you're into dad jokes and stuff, you're a producer of the channel, you can connect your Discord to our Patreon, and you'll get automatically pulled in as a reward, or a thank you, I guess, for supporting us at the producer tier. So thank you everyone who supports us on Patreon. You're amazing.
Thank you to all the super chats today as well.
Yeah,
oh my
thank
gosh,
you to the super
you guys
chat.
are so generous.
Even though the alerts are off with
it might just start going random.
I don't know.
Yeah, but we appreciate that.
Yeah,
thank you
for all the support. So we'll be back Friday, and enjoy the rest of your evening. Bye bye everybody.
Bye.